Hey stream, Zero hasn't joined us yet. We don't know where the fuck he is. And I refuse to reset my cameras for the 5th time. So message him if you want to see us start. Alright, thanks.
What else is new?
You're new. Alright, we're live. Guys, hello.
Hello.
Audience, welcome to City States of Klovisa, Meme the God War. We're here live with Discovery Team.
Wait, you forgot colon dash semicolon
I just
forward
said
slash
meme.
semicolon.
Yeah, I just said meme in between that.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't have the same like
Shorthand.
hip thrusting, you know?
Hip thrusting. Okay, that's a
Yeah.
new one.
This is a hip thrusting stream.
Semicolon, colon, dash, dash, underscore, backslash, the God War. There, are you happy?
There you go.
We are live with a studio audience who is helping me do cameras, a mystery guest. Mystery guest, feel free to remain deafened and muted for the entire stream. Thank you so much if you can hear me.
Please don't show up at all.
Guys, let's go quickly around the table and make fun of a man who did not show up today. Let's all say mean things about him in a circle of hatred. Starting with Eric. Eric, how much do you hate John, who plays Zero?
To paraphrase Hercules, hero to zero, just like that.
Damn. Also, true. True and based. Meager, who's being played by Orion.
Disappointed. I'm not angry, just disappointed.
John,
Oh, Mom, please stop.
out of 3 Johns in the chat, we were the 3 Johns. Now it's just the 2 Johns. How does that make you feel?
Oh, I love John. He's probably got a good reason.
Yeah, eating lunch again, probably. Runt, played by Gibby. Gibby, how much do you hate John, who's not here?
You know, if I was playing an MMO right now and he was in my guild and we were about to do a raid, I'd be like, alright, I gotta kick him out. He's done.
Sure.
He's been gone for once.
All right.
He's gone once. No loot for him.
He fucked up one time in the raid.
One time.
Just like classic WoW.
Just like
You
classic.
make a single mistake, you're out. Bam,
Game's been
done.
out for 15 years, guys. You should know it by now.
Keep to the schedule.
Temer. Hello, Temer, in the chat. Guys! We're playing. We're done with the...
Wait, we should let chat shit talk Zero too.
Well, hang on. Let's do
Chat
Temer.
participation, right?
Is
Alright, Temer.
Val
Temer says not a single proper Gotham.
dead
Let's
to
hear a
us?
Gotham from Temer. Yes, definitely.
Alright, chat memes aside, guys, welcome back after a week-long break, and now we're down a person, but, you know, what are we to do? How are you guys going to give me this recap? Who is giving it to me today? Yeah, let's...
Great question.
No, you know, I set you up there, Eric. You might as well...
Why don't we roll? Let's all of us roll 1d4, and whoever rolls the lowest gets to do the recap.
Alright, I'm about to assign it to someone.
I'll do it.
Okay, do it. Don't take 2 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
Whoops.
So last
Speed run.
time we were in the Forge of Alvin. We finished the Forge of Alvin. You know.
True!
Nav almost died. He got took into like a volunteer hospital. Some police showed up. They tried to arrest us. Shade told us to get the fuck out. We all got the fuck out except for Kushim and Nav, who was unconscious. We ended up clearing things up with the Overlord, who told us to get the fuck out, so we did. We then went to a place called Toraturv, and starting to head back to Tolst. Revik was like, hey guys, we have this package. I'm gonna head back to Tolst. See ya. And he just left, and nobody likes him anymore. And now we are in Toraturv trying to decide what to do next.
And scene, you guys are in Toraturv. It is a beach bum's paradise. You see no architecture above 1 floor. There are a lot of people living on boats made out of shitty wood. Clearly, there is no construction teams here. People just make their own housing. Lots of piers, lots of fishing boat. People are surfing off in the distance. It's springtime now, but it's always warm down here in the south. Or at least in Toronto. There's a light wind carrying the salt air of the ocean into your faces as you guys sit around a bonfire, some beach dwelling, close to the airship terminal, where you guys just watched Revik take a Build-A-Bear workshop box and just fucking get onto the first airship to Tulsa.
So, we had two options, and I don't like either of them, but I'm going to tell you what they are. Our first option is that we kind of act like shitlords and we just go straight back to the Forge of Elven and try and find a flight back to the City of Blinding Lights. Our second option is we take a boat to Maelstrom, and from there, I can try to coordinate some things and, you know, use my knowledge of having lived there to try and get us some passage to the City of Blinding Lights. And then once we're there, you know, we can figure out the rest. Or we could talk about it on the way. Before that, though, we should probably figure out how to make sure Nav doesn't die.
Nav,
Please and
your
thank
guts
you, this Vicodin isn't lasting.
are on fire. Vicodin? I'm just imagining
is Vicodin
you
a
stalked
painkiller?
their house. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember or not. I was like, what's a painkiller that's not morphine?
Oh, this is the wrong one.
At least it's that the word medication, not another.
You are on some sort of drug right now. Whether it be morphine, Vicodin, or some other fantasy equivalent to a painkiller.
It's Vike Odin, Viking-themed painkiller.
Oh my god. I liked it. I liked that one. There we go. Open ocean.
Yeah,
Let's get some ocean music. There we go. Ocean sound effects. As you four discuss amongst yourselves where you want to go.
So John the DM, do we need like identification to board an airship?
No, not usually.
Okay, good. And how careful are they to check for invisible passengers?
What year is it? It's 80? Pretty high. It depends on what
Pretty
airship
careful
you
about
are
that.
on. Obviously, there are many types of airships, but also the same type of airship may be under a different role. There are like passenger cruise or passenger transport ships, which are just, you know, moving lots of people. The equivalent of like a 747 in the real world. And then there's, you know, transport like cargo airships that are just meant to keep aloft a bunch of goods and get it to a place kind of quickly.
Which probably wouldn't be safe to ride in. Wouldn't be any temperature control or something like that.
Yeah. So, you know, passenger crew or passenger transports, people, well, big cities
Zero's in
do
the
have...
lounge.
Is he now? Why don't we go on a quick break, real fast, as I don't know.
Mhm.
We're back with the whole
Oh.
team, but we're not going to recap anything. We're just going to keep moving along. Kushim, you had asked me about invisibility and boarding an airship while invisible.
Yeah.
I suppose
what do
a
you guys-
dedicated person could be invisible and board an airship. The problem is, where would you hide, since invisibility only lasts an hour? And most airship rides take longer than an hour.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was,
Just recast it.
yeah, right. Okay.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Well, okay, so knowing this sort of context, Kushin will say, well, I can disguise myself and I can keep us invisible, but I'm not sure how long that'll last us.
I'm
Go
not
back
sure
to
we
Forge
need.
of Elf.
Okay, fair. Yeah. So, Zero, what do you think on the quick context of a plan? Basically go back to Forge of Alvin, where we're kind of wanted right now, for no reason, or just take a boat to Maelstrom. And those are our two options of getting to the City of Blinding Lights.
You know, if we can get through the city on the airship quickly, no problem. Nobody want to, arrest us or kill us. Sounds great. But if that is not an easy option, boat is always cool, I guess.
He did say that they will arrest us on site next time we go in the city, right?
Not the next time, but the police will be looking for us. Like this isn't like if we come back in like 2 or 3 months, like we're not gonna be still super wanted, because we're not wanted for anything. They're just concerned that we might be planning or doing something illegal or something that could potentially threaten their citizens, which obviously we're not doing, but they don't know that, and they want to make sure of that. So that's why they're all super hyper-tensioned right now. That's why the boat's kind of the safe option, as much as I hate Maelstrom.
Okay,
Oh.
take the boat.
It just is Nav going to be okay on the boat?
Well, that's the thing. We want to try and get him fixed before that, to make sure he will live before we make it to Maelstrom.
Is there anyone Well, we can try to find someone in medical field here. They're seafarers. Someone.
Nav's gonna look around at the ramshackle fucking boathouses.
Runt's
Here.
just gonna look at Meager.
They
and
don't
say,
have windows. They just have cracks in their walls, guys.
We
Are there
we
any
would
passing
just
people?
ask-
Of course. Well,
Yashim was gonna
they're
go
like
up to
50
one of them.
feet down the road a little bit, like hanging out. No one like hangs out next to the airship terminal, right?
I can see them.
Yes, you can see them.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go shuffle up to them and seek medical expertise. I'm gonna ask if either of them are doctors. While the rest.
You walk up to these surfers who are holding boogie boards or some kind of weird floating device that Kushim has never seen before since he was a desert bug. And they look at you and they're like, "What? Doctors?
Yes! Are you doctors?
No! You want to go to the
Okay.
Forge of Alvin? They have the best doctors in the world. The only ones that we know of.
Thank you, friend.
Call
Thank you,
bullshit.
friend, for your... I'll give them a rock.
Oh!
and I will
They give you seashells.
fucking shells.
Pincher rocks in the near future.
I accept your inferior gift.
Oh, okay, so that's how it's gonna be. That's a quality clamshell right there. I guess
I
we'll
go back
write
to
the
the
fuck
party.
off then, okay. And
I have
they
a
leave.
question.
Yeah, what's up?
Why are they Canadian?
Because
That's not the
Canadian
question.
surfers, man, I don't know. Fuck. I don't have an accent list for these cities, guys.
dude.
Welcome,
welcome
bro.
to our little beach, bro.
Cowabunga!
Oh, we are real surfers. Yes.
Yes.
We are surfers.
We surf on the rock.
But my question is, having grown up in Maelstrom, do I know of any potential like underground, like almost like a black market doctor who I could try to contact if I could use the ointment, the magical ointment that I have to try and keep Nav okay until we get to Maelstrom, and I use up the rest of it to keep him okay and alive. When we get to Maelstrom, could we try to find someone there?
I'm gonna tell you, if you use all of your ointment on him, rather than a dab to keep him alive, his wound will heal.
Okay.
And we don't even have to worry about this anymore.
Okay. Hey, Nev? This is gonna sound weird, so don't make this weird, because I don't want it to be weird. But I need you to take your shirt off.
Cowabunga, dude!
Are we still in the middle of the street?
You're
Yeah.
It's the middle of the
okay.
street in the side
Everyone has their
road.
shirts off. It's fine.
Beach bums? Half of them probably don't even own shirts.
No one owns
Okay,
shirts,
friend Nav, I will not make this weird.
And Run is going to...
His default standing, like, shirt off is just like, oh.
Ooh.
You
Run's
start
going to
fucking
take...
posing on him.
Run's going to take the salve, and he says, I'm not going to apply this on you. You can do that yourself, or maybe you can get Kushim to do it for you. But I think if you use the rest of this, considering its potency and the fact that it's kept you alive before, you can use the rest of this to make sure you don't die. Maybe you can find some nice man or woman before we go to Maelstrom who will just pretend it's sunscreen and they'll just lather it all over you. I don't know. Whatever you want to do, I don't really care. Just
Can you
don't
put
die.
sunscreen into my gaping wound? Please.
No, listen,
No,
it's
it
funny.
burns.
It's funny he says that because I was gonna be like, John, can you roll for the hottest person on the beach?
I knew. But I will give him the last 3 remaining charges.
For whatever reason, there is no one on the beach today, despite everything that I said earlier. I rolled my luck die, and it says, you cannot find anyone of sufficient attractiveness to touch your hot body, Nav. I'm so sorry.
Oh, fucking, at first a friend tries to kill me, and like now nobody will put it on my fucking...
Oh, people
Fuck,
are
do
there.
I even want to live?
Just no one that you would ever talk to, you know?
Well, yeah, so nobody's there.
Yeah, no one is there.
That's how that works. That's how that works.
They're invisible.
Man.
That's how you get invisible
That was a
passengers.
dick thing to say.
Who needs to cast invisibility when you can just be a 2 out of 10?
Dang.
I get
Seeming
that
is
on a
just
shirt?
you lower your hotness score.
You do realize that means all of us are 2 out of 10s too, right?
Exactly. Well, I was only speaking for myself.
Oof.
Oh.
Now, who are you gonna get to put the lotion on the skin?
Lotioning myself up.
Alright, you lotion yourself up, you delete the healing salve from your character sheet,
I'm doing it right now.
and after about, 10 minutes or so, Nav, all of the pain in your wound, just here on the side where Zero left a deep gash that was stitched and bleeding still a little bit, is gone. It is healed. All that remains is a very thin scar, a omnipresent reminder of how you were stabbed in the chest, or in the gut.
Oh shit, that was fucking... All right, guys.
Not
We
out.
really need to save. We really need to save mommy because this
Yeah.
shit was cool. Well, not because she's your mommy, just because this shit was cool.
Well,
Oh.
I kind of went for the first reason.
Well, we're doing it for both. Just some of us are doing it for the second option instead of the first. But it's technically both.
Yeah, I mean we're still saving her, right?
It's a group effort, so all of our reasons for wanting to do it are included in one big fat package.
The means justify the end.
Yep, that's how that works.
Sure.
The means of
Yep.
saving
with
my
that.
mother. It justifies the end of you guys getting what you want.
Get delivering her a massive meat package, right, Gibby? What the fuck, man? You think I wouldn't miss that shit? You piece of garbage. Oh my god. You guys get on a boat. Where are you going?
Maelstrom, please.
Alright. Oh my god. What am I doing here?
We're playing
D&D at
D&D.
its finest.
I guess so. You get on the boat to Maelstrom. It is a
Before we
several-day
leave-
voyage. What's up?
I want to get stuff to make a cake, like flour and eggs.
Can you
because I
make
already
a
have
cake
sugar.
out of fish?
He is
I
a fisherman.
don't know. Could you?
Yeah, fish cake.
Yeah.
Maybe more like a pie, but
Alright, it's gonna be a 4-day boat journey?
Only 4 days.
Boats on
Okay.
something?
Sorry. I just realized. Could we go to either Big Stinky or Mokapuni and catch an airship there to Sanctuary or City of Blinding Lights? Are those also options?
Everybody knows Big Stinky is like more or less a fascist state that just refuses people. They are the only member of the Confederation that refuses to have an open borders airship terminal. They are
Okay.
like in constant military lockdown. Their entire state is militaristic. And honestly, they're kind of all assholes. So nobody likes going there unless they're wanting to buy guns.
Good to know.
Mokapuni also does not have an airship, not because of any state thing, but because they were too poor to build one in the past 2 years. And honestly,
Okay.
Mokapuni's on the way out.
I heard some rumors that Mokapuni is sinking.
These are rumors. They are being spread.
Okay. Good to know. Thanks.
Write that down. Write that down.
You might want to.
I may have already written that down.
Before we fast travel, Maelstrom does have a airstrip to City of Blinding Light, right?
They
Before we
do
go all
have
this trouble,
a
then find
terminal,
out. Okay.
but that being said, they have a constant 30-mile radial storm surrounding their city.
Yep.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, they did not think to put this terminal outside of that cloud. Maybe it's to dissuade people from entering via the air, or to keep casual visitors out. But Maelstrom is not too inviting of a country either, which Runt knows more so than anyone else here.
Yeah, no casuals allowed, literally.
No casuals.
Yeah.
They only want the best. Alright. So, today is the 10th of March, also known as Spring Shifting. You guys will arrive on the 14th. John's just going to roll some dice to see if anything wonky happens during this time. I don't think
Roll a 1.
anything will.
Or 100. It's happened before.
It has happened before. Let's see if you guys meet a sea leviathan or something. Maybe you'll see a whale.
Does something happen on 69?
Yes. You
Always.
you run into Takajod's ship, and she plays you a show and probably will fuck you. Because that's what she's all about. 40, nothing happens.
You're trying to catch a fish. He is a fisherman. He caught a bird once.
Could I fish off of this boat?
Let's see what kind of boat this is. We never rolled to see what kind of boat we wanted. Or you guys didn't tell me what kind of boat you wanted, and now it's too late to tell me.
You
Only
just want to
green
go to the
one.
boat.
Yeah, we just prefer the boat changing underneath
I'm
our
on
feet.
blue.
You guys are on a like actual shipping cargo ship, not an airship cargo ship, but an actual shipping one. You are amongst others who are doing light work in exchange for passage, because I don't know how much money you guys have on you, and we're just going to say that seems the most economic decision possible. So this is not like a fishing trawler that throws giant nets into the deep ocean to bring out large hauls of fish. So no. You guys are going too fast, the waves are too big, a regular fish will not swim that close to the surface normally anyway, for like simple coastal, you know, small shore stuff that you, well, birds in your case, but I mean, maybe there's a bird around. Can you get a seagull? No seagulls. You see some like weird birds that are just like constantly flying after you guys, but they're like, you know, 1,000+ feet in the air, hanging out.
Any flying octopuses
No.
or squid? Dang it.
Everybody knows squid and octopi do not fly. They're way
Squids
too...
do, actually.
In real life?
There are flying. Yeah, there
they-
are flying
they
squids.
just fly 1,000 feet in the air?
No, they
Okay.
fly a foot away from the water,
That doesn't count.
but they actually do fly. Fun fact.
More like jumping squid.
Yeah, you ever
Yeah.
see Super Mario
But like flying
Sunshine?
fish.
Have you ever seen Buzz Lightyear at the end of Toy Story?
4? When they're going into the...
Anyway, you guys do make it to Maelstrom. Unimpeded, no sea leviathans, no whales. Everyone's looking for Takajod's ship. You get into this, like, crazy gulf area, and it's just, like, a massive, imposing gulch of a ravine that leads deeper and deeper inland to Maelstrom, as though the land is splitting itself just to give the city a open ocean port. You will see the massive Maelstrom clouds that are constantly raining and setting the city into a permanent sinking situation, which the people there constantly fight against.
Runt will have grabbed probably some loose rags or cloth to use as like a cloak to conceal like all of his clothing and to kind of use it to shield himself from
Yeah.
the constant rain, knowing that it's coming.
You guys get about 5 miles away when the crew just starts getting thrown these yellow, bright yellow, rain-resistant jackets and hats. And soon, within about 2 hours, you will come into the harbor of Maelstrom itself. And everyone who is not used to constant rain, constant mud, constant... I don't even know. Oppression. You guys will come into a very alien, hostile world as soon as you step foot off those docks and get off of the ship you were paying via your labor. I suppose Runt can take it away from here.
Yeah, we have
Right.
to do that.
Runt will look at everyone and he will say, "No matter what happens, do not let me leave your sight. Make sure that you can see me at all times."
You want to like hold a big flag or something?
And he will, shit, let's, I
Tie
had
a
something
rope.
for-
You don't do you
leash.
understand that you're very easy to lose in the crowd?
what
know
he will,
that's-
what he will actually do is, in the cap of his lederhosen hat, he will take that, and he's going to, tie some rope around it, and then he's going to tie the rope, around his wrist, so he basically has it like dangling, from his wrist, and he's gonna say, "If you see I'm going to have this little bit of rope hanging from my arm. You know my size. You know what I look like. If you can't find me or you lose me, call me in the communicator, and I'm going to start moving my arm around like a maniac, so you can try and find me. So that way you know it's me.
How long does prestidigitate last? How long does that mark last? For a while, right?
I think an hour.
Yeah, I think an hour as well.
Yeah, up to 1 hour. Okay, can I pull out the collapsible 10-foot pole and put like a bright fluorescent mark on one end?
Can you link prestidigitation so I can see if that's something you can do?
Of course, friend.
You create a instantaneous harmless sensory effect, such as a shower of sparks, a puff of wind, faint musical notes, or an odd odor. You instantaneously light or snuff out a candle, instantaneously clean or soil an object. You chill, warm, or flavor up 1 cubic foot of non-what? Make
You can
a
create
color,
a-
a small mark, or a symbol appear on an object or a surface for 1 hour.
It doesn't say how long or how big that symbol is either.
It says a small mark.
Yeah, you could potentially create a symbol of Tolst and put it on my back, because I have like that loose, the cloth, or just on my yellow jacket.
I don't think this... It won't produce light, but you can make it any color you want. So, if you want to make it like
so that's
magenta
sort of
or, you know, something
Yeah,
eye-catching.
that's super fluorescent.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Then that is what you can do.
Marked with
Oh,
magenta.
sorry, fluorescent. Mark of magenta.
The mark of magenta.
Mark of magenta. You.
Buy it now.
The new cologne flavor.
So you mark Runt either on his pole or his back. I suppose it doesn't matter. Like, you know, Ryan just narrows his eyes. And you guys can take off into Maelstrom, the sinking city, as it were. So there's going to be 3 random encounter checks as you make your way to where? I need to know where you're going, Runt. You are the leader in this situation. I don't think anyone will argue that.
First, I need... Okay, so we are going to stay sometime in Maelstrom to kind of figure things out and kind of get ahead of things. So we have to go to the hideout. The thieves' hideout.
Alright, you're heading to the thieves' hideout then.
Where hopefully Eustace the Useless is not. Hopefully he's out and about, or maybe dead in the gutter somewhere.
Then I'm only going to do 1 check, and you rolled below a 10, which means nothing happens. Anything above, or 11 and above, it gets increasingly worse. Because Maelstrom is not a fun place to live. You luck out, you see a break within the crowd, and you just sort of stick to a road that looks familiar, but is clearly like 6 inches, like, skewered in every single angle and degree that you were once familiar with it. Runt. The house is slightly shorter. The signs are slightly more tilted as they begin to fall towards a road that is constantly muddy. And you guys head to this small criminal hideout. Well, Ron, tell me what this hideout is. How is it staying up and aloft?
So this hideout, I imagine, is probably some... The way I imagine it is, like, it's, because Eustace is, a man who is very boisterous, attention-seeking, but he's also very arrogant. So, of course, the main place that he would spend much of his time is near a bar, or near a tavern. So what I imagined this hideout is that it was very scarce, or very... It was rumored, but pretty much everyone knew that it was kind of like the hideout for the group known as simply the Losers, which was his group, which is just essentially a back room or a warehouse where the owner of the said bar that Eustace stayed at, or was often at, is kind of like the back room or like a warehouse or storehouse where basically all the junk or cleaning supplies. It's basically a cleaning closet that's big enough to fit in like maybe 4 or 5 people.
Okay. How long have you been gone? You've been gone for like a year now, right?
Yeah, I left Maelstrom. I think you told me it was a whole year that I was gone from Maelstrom when the campaign started.
You head to where you last knew this building to be, slightly uphill, heading towards the Grand Palace where the only permanent structures can possibly remain or even stand in this sinking city. You're still in the lower quarter as you get onto the wharf and start heading upward to more solid ground. And when you arrive, you find a roof, which has been built on top of it. A small shack. The warehouse, this bigger building that had once stood, has long since sunk into the ground, and now its roof is being used as a floor. It's an angled and sloped floor, but you know.
Well, let's see if the old door still works, he says. And he will go up to the door of this new building, and he will try to open it.
Yeah, it opens. As soon as you open it, though, someone shout, "Close the door already! Quit letting the rain in!"
Come on, everyone, let's go inside. And he's going to start walking in.
Yeah.
Into the shit shack.
Better than staying out in the rain.
Yeah,
Wouldn't be the worst place we've been.
As you guys actually step into a place that is somewhat dry, you all realize you are all drenched. No matter what sort of protection you have against rain, every part of your skin is covered in it. In this gross water that continues to pour. When you do enter as well, there are a few people, some ragamuffin vagabond looking fucks who have weapons out just casually. This one guy, this weird maddened-eyed creature with, like, I guess, well, let's roll. Ugh. This variant human looks upon you guys with a dagger drawn, just slams it into some sort of wooden... I don't want to call it like a table, because these guys do not have the means to afford an actual table. Some sort of surface made out of wood. And he's like, "Who are you? Who be you?"
Is Eustace still around here? Is he still kicking that big asshole?
"No! We turned him into chum."
Oh, good. Good riddance.
Indeed.
Well, regardless, this used to be my old stomping grounds. So, if you don't like it, that's too bad.
He
And
just
Runt
stares
will,
at you blankly.
Runt will have his own dagger slowly drawn and shown. Not pointed, but just drawn. And he's just fiddling with it.
You know, everyone kind of lives together when they aren't part of the actual citizenry of Maelstrom, so you never know when you're gonna get stabbed in the back or shot. Well, probably not shot, mostly just stabbed in the back. But so long as everyone's eyes are on each other and everyone knows the threat of violence is always a real and tangible thing, no one tends to fuck with people. Especially of your initial class here, Runt. You know, honor among thieves and all that, until someone turns their back.
Of course.
So, you know, you more or less have the run of the place. They just don't want to be bothered by you fucks.
Now, Runt will, while he's fiddling with his dagger, he's like looking like this, like just kind of like, like, you know, that knife trick where they just kind of fiddle with it.
Sure.
And then he'll occasionally glance up and he'll say, "We're just gonna be here maybe a couple hours, have some things to do here, then we're gonna be out of
Fuck
here."
off! I don't care.
Yeah, we will fuck off, but not
Go
right
be
now.
in your corner. He
We'll
shoos
be in
you.
our corner, and you
He
stay
shoos
in
you
yours.
away. He shoos you away. He was here first. As you guys do this, like, Grease movie, like, 60s gangster kind of, sizing each other up, what was the purpose of coming here?
Specifically, he wanted a place to where he could essentially leave everyone in a spot where he knew he could come back to them safely, while he could go and try and learn of the safest way and the quickest way to get to the City of Blinding Lights from Maelstrom. And he doesn't want an entire entourage following him while he does it.
Okay. You know, it's dangerous to split the party, right?
I am aware of this.
You know how dangerous Maelstrom is, right?
I am aware of this.
Okay.
Meeker's starting to
You know
use
Rain
and,
doesn't care if you
tracks.
make a stealth check, right?
I am aware of this.
Okay.
What was that,
One
Orion?
time already.
Meeker's going to sit in the corner and minor illusion a barrel on him. To hide into an illusionary barrel.
Fucking go, Solid Snake. Okay. Alright. I guess Runt abandons you guys.
Well,
take-
he's not just gonna leave. He's going to tell them that I need to find some things out. It's dangerous out here. I know it's going to be dangerous alone, and there is safety in numbers, but you all are at a disadvantage here in the terrain and in this place that I grew up in. I want you all to be safe and want you to deal with this place as little as possible. So I'm going to do some quick reconnaissance and try to find our quickest way out of here into the City of Blinding Lights. I will let you know if anything happens to me on the communicator, and should any danger arise, I will try to make my way back here as quick as possible. There is a 60% chance that something terrible will go wrong, and there is probably a 25% chance that I will die. I'm letting you know this now.
Is there a certain amount of time where we just assume that you're dead and leave?
I will contact you in 15 minutes. If you don't hear back from me in 17 and a half minutes, I am in trouble, but you will have to find your own way, because it probably means I'm dead.
You want to...
Friend. Pick one of us as an escort. Maybe one of us that can help you disguise or become invisible or
You know what?
fly away.
How's this? Zero, you like fighting people, right? You did a pretty good job of beating the shit out of Nev.
Yeah, I am good at fighting people, I will say.
Cool. Then let's, if anything, you're probably going to have to fight a lot of psychopaths. Which, you know, seems like a thing that you're pretty good at. So, I'm going to take you with me as a precaution, as Kushim's advice adheres. I will stick to the 15-minute. I will contact you in 15 minutes unless something terrible happens to the both of us.
Are we going to, like, parkour on buildings and stuff? Seems like a good place to do it.
Well, we're going to go to a slightly more reputable place and try to talk to someone who may not stab us instantly and see what they know about the current climate of the architecture here and how we can get to the City of Blinding Lights in one piece. So let's go do that.
Yeah, should I have weapon drawn whole way? I noticed a couple of you
not-
pull daggers.
Not drawn on the streets, but always have your weapon on the hilt. Let it be known that you are willing to throw down at a moment's notice, and that it is usually enough deterrence for the normal-minded people, and anyone else who is insane was probably going to attack us anyway. Any other
Sounds
questions?
Where are we going?
We're going to a little bar called the Drowning Wench.
Okay,
Uh,
good.
as they step out, let's do a little character catch up. Start with Kushim. Kushim, Runt and Zero, these apparent badasses who constantly need your advice and leadership skills, have abandoned you. You're in an unknown city. Runt keeps hyping it up that it's the most dangerous city in the world. But here you are, perfectly safe. What's going through Kushim's mind right now?
I reject the characterization that Kushim thinks he can lead or give advice. First and foremost, Kushim wants to make friends with these people that he sees, and these new people. He's going to talk to them about rocks and things, see if they know anything about. Oh, there must be some interesting history here, all that stuff.
Yeah. Mager, you're hiding in a box, right? Should I just assume?
Yeah.
You're just
I
afraid?
overheard the conversation about as long as I keep a knife out, I'll be fine. So I'm going to take out my small knife. I don't have a dagger because I'm unprepared as all. I have a quarterstaff, but that's for spell casting. I have a small little letter opener of a dagger type small knife that I'm just holding with one hand, quarterstaff with the other, book on my side, and just like sitting in the illusion that I have to recast every few minutes.
Jesus. How's it going?
Before I get into this, I just can't get over the fact that Meeker has like a fucking butter knife. He's like, grr.
Yeah.
Nav is not good. Trademark, copyright, LLC.
Okay.
There's a lot of he's still like processing all the bullshit that happened with Zero in our little one-on-one duel, because there really hasn't been much time for that. And Run is really starting to piss Nav off, and he's starting to think it's on purpose. Cause he keeps bringing it up. He's just like, yeah, Zero, remember when you beat the shit out of Nav? No problem.
Stabbed him, sliced him up.
And then he's also just kind of like, you know how when something's really on your mind, but you don't want to think about it, you always like, you find the lightest of distractions to play on your mind. Nav is just like, Runt sounded, and at the end of the character checkup, he will actually say this out loud to whoever's left, but he was like, did Runt sound like strangely genuine when he was saying goodbye? I feel like that's a trap. That's not right? Like, he doesn't care. But he sounded like he cared. No, I don't believe it. Having probably not grown up in Big Stinky, this is, hey John, I'm giving you some backstory. But probably like around it, he's like, man, I thought I knew what a sucky place was, and then we came to fucking Maelstrom, and this place sucks. So all around, he's miserable.
I thought you
not
were
having a
from
good time.
Tulsa, not Big Stinky. What the fuck?
No, I was never from Tulsa.
Oh. You're just a sexually repressed himbo from Big Stinky. Everything makes sense now.
Obviously.
Everything makes sense now. Oh, man. Okay. Well, Zero, as you follow Runt outside for about 5 minutes, just taking alleys, taking roads, having to backtrack since one road sank, and just sort of like split and created a cliff face that, well, I guess you guys could climb up it since you both have climb speeds, huh? Well, you know, you climb up a cliff face at one point to get to where
Nothing.
Yeah, Runt wants to go. What's going through your head?
Kind of a little bit what Nav said about like the duel. It's like, at the time, it felt like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna do this thing. this thing was just killing someone. You know, sucks. It was my friend.
Casually.
Casually, yeah. But now, like, since some time passed and like people bring it up, it's like, man, fuck. I guess I did kind of like, kind of kill my friend. That's sucks. That's weird. That's not the smartest thing someone could do. Like, feel. I don't want to say feel bad about it. Feel bad about trying to do it, not what I
Yeah.
did.
Is it worse because of the fact that you know you weren't magically charmed in any way, shape, or form? And you did it all on your own, 100%?
Not really. I think if it was like magic, I could like, you know, be like, oh, it was the magic, I didn't do it. But because it was like my choice from like what I was told, like, well, I guess I just really wanted to do that, and it was just not the move. It's bad choice, bad idea. And now that we're in Maelstrom, and Run's like, oh yeah, you're just gonna maybe fight some people, psychopaths who want to just fight you. It's like, am I a psychopath? I just wanted to fight that dude because I had the chance. Like,
Well,
I don't know.
that brings us to Runt, who is leading you through these streets, Zero. And Runt, I want to do a character catch-up with you, but I want to first ask you a question.
Yeah.
What was, like, the most terrifying thing about this city that, for you, a halfling, had to face damn near every day? Was it the murderers, the psychopaths, or was it the water and the mud?
You know, the scariest thing wasn't the threat of someone stealing from you. It wasn't having nothing and having to go uneating for potentially half a week. And it wasn't the sounds of water rushing through the streets, although that almost inevitably killed him. What terrified Runt the most was the man known as the Half-Splitter. A man notorious
What?
for cutting people and eviscerating them, and turning normal humans into halflings with his dual-wield meat cleavers. The man who Eustace, well, basically went out of his way, basically used as a story of like, this is why I have to teach you all this dumb, stupid thief bullshit, because if you don't, when the time is right and you meet this meat-cleaving man, you will have your insides eaten in front of you in your dying moments. And Run's just like, oh fuck, who is this guy? Why has he not been killed? Why has the king not done anything about this guy?
I'm gonna stop you there because you just gave me a way better random encounter for an 88 on the D100 die. I was gonna drown you both. Now
I'm gonna give you a fighting chance.
now I'm gonna let you fight. Or let you run. As you give me basically carte blanche to make the most broken stat block on the fly. Run. As you climb up a cliff face and walk for about 300 feet, you hear something. You hear a rusted chain slap against something metal and stone. And then you see a rather large gout of either mist or fog or heated breath whoosh, come out of an alleyway as though a massive cone attack just went off. This is then followed quickly by half of a carcass. Its waist and legs, all the way down to its feet, are gone as a creature, a humanoid, flies out into the middle of the street, its organs being wings of blood and gore, as it slaps against the still wet cobble of this upper area. Runt, I'm going to give you 6 seconds to make a decision before something is going to happen. And I'm going to start counting down in my head.
Okay. Runt's immediately going to get on his communicator seeing this, and he's going to say, "We are in trouble. We are coming back now. Everyone get ready to fight."
Oh.
So what does that mean?
Yes. And he
You
will immediately
say
turn around.
yes and begin to turn around as an entity, this halfling splitter, more beast than man, enters the middle of the road, which is seemingly, except for you two, deserted. Standing a solid 10.5 feet tall, not wearing any armor or clothing, this bestial beast with a cleaver the size of a man steps out, and he sees you. How
God,
fast
this
can you
entire
guys
thing
go?
is so Bloodborne.
Yeah,
Welcome
that's
to Bloodborne.
exactly.
Yeah, welcome to fucking Maelstrom!
Oh,
Welcome
I
to fucking
can picture
Maelstrom,
Bloodborne.
bro. Yeah. The
Uh,
entire time I was doing my one-shots, I thought of Maelstrom as Bloodborne.
Guys, welcome to hell. We're going to take a very quick break as I roll to determine what this thing's move speed is. And if it is slower than them, they may be able to have a chance to escape or get out of its ranged attack that I'm also going to give it. So, we'll be right back, guys, because Runt just gave me... Oh, he gave me the best gift ever.
A stat block.
Guys, we're back with a new stat block that John just whipped up on the fly thanks to Runt, giving him the ultimate gift that a DM could ever want. The opportunity to kill him and his party. So, Runt, 0. And the Halfling Splitter, which has now been called the Splitter, shall roll me initiative as soon as I remove all turns and bust out your tokens.
I'll do mine. It's right there.
You can pull out your own token?
Yep.
Perfect.
No, I thought we were talking about pulling out our splitters.
That's a different campaign.
yeah.
To be fair, I thought that was a pretty cool name.
Alright.
And the idea was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I like that from Split.
Let me go ahead and zoom in on you guys real quick so that the stream can see what's about to go down. Oh, you already rolled.
I want to clarify. Does he split halflings in half, or does he take a regular-sized person and cut them in half and make two halflings?
A regular-sized person and splits them in half.
If everyone could please look
halflings
at the Maelstrom as I roll its initiative, and it rolls poorly.
That's why he's called the Splitter, because he splits one person into 2 halflings.
Oof. Guys, this is a token I've been waiting to use. And he comes around the alley. You're about 40 feet away from him. And this furry, bony monstrosity comes out of hiding to find its next prey? Kill? Someone? So, we're just going to go down the initiative line real quick. Runt, what are you doing?
0 rolled higher than me.
0, what are you doing? I'm sorry.
Is it actually in melee?
No, it is
It's
not.
40
It
feet
is
away.
40 feet away from you.
I will use feline agility, action dash, and one.
Why don't you go ahead and link that for us?
Okay. Yep. Feline agility.
All right. When you move on your turn in combat, you can double your speed until the end of the turn. You can't use it again until you move 0 feet on one of your turns. Cool.
And just dash back the way we came from.
So what is that, 80 feet?
I think it's a full on
120.
120. Yeah,
Unless
because
this
it's
is
40,
difficult terrain.
then
You have
plus
6
dash, plus beeline.
Well, it's 30 to 60.
This just
Oh,
doubles your
excuse me,
movement, right?
Agility.
Then he dashes.
Yeah, so,
Oh,
But then
okay.
they
yeah,
dash.
so that should be 90 total.
Dash
actually.
is also dash also
No.
just increases your movement speed again.
Yeah,
but
move
because
my
his move speed is
exactly.
now 60, it's total 120.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
You run
okay.
120 feet away. 60 miles seems fair.
And
Right.
I will, wait, I want a bonus action Giant's Might as well. So make me big and thick.
All right. This may hinder you through
Yeah, I
the
figured.
small streets, but I think this is fine.
It only lasts a minute. This
You
is
become-
in case it's faster than me.
Large for 1 minute. Right, it's your turn. You are now 90 feet away. Or you're 40 feet from it. You're 120 feet from fucking our boy here.
It's time. It's finally time. As a bonus action, I'm going to use my Fast Hands ability. And I'm going to take out my bag of caltrops and throw them behind us in the direction of the splitter. And I'm going to use my main action to dash and run with 0.
How fast can you move?
I move 35 normally, so this will be 70 total.
All right.
I finally get to use the item I've wanted to use for 8 months.
The wolf
Indeed.
climb.
You're gonna be really mad at me when I tell you that he long jumps over the 5-foot square, no problem, because he's a size large entity. But you know, it is what it is, I suppose.
You know, I'm doing what I can. You know,
You
There's a-
throw
there's a-
caltrops. This guy's killed a child before. He's killed Macaulay Culkin in a house.
Jesus.
And he has 50 movement speed.
Uh-oh.
He is a chonky, fast boy. So, he will dash, moving 100 feet closer to you. He was at 40, so... What is that?
10 feet away.
That's 10 feet away.
Well, I moved 70.
You move 70 from
70.
his 40. So it takes him 40 feet to get to where you just were in 6 seconds, and then he's... I don't know, you're gonna outrun this guy, Runt.
Well, how far are we from the rest of the group?
You guys have been gone for like 5 minutes. Oh no. I think mathematically it's gonna catch you eventually, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, unless
Yeah,
I can
that's
try to
nice,
climb
too.
up a building and like outmaneuver him, because I may not have speed, but I am much smaller than
we are
him.
going to exit out of combat turn order, because this is actually a chase. This is not a... you are clearly going to be trying to avoid and run it, right?
Yes.
You'd
This
only
is not a
turn
fight.
around. Okay.
Like the only actions I would ever take besides dash would be dodge.
I see. Where's my DMG? They do have chase rules in this bad boy. If not, we're gonna make some on the fly. If I can't find them quickly. I think you are going to be having to make some acrobatics checks to escape and nimbly get in between buildings and objects within the terrain to
Oh man.
slip it.
Oh.
Slip its
Each-
attention.
Each day I regret taking Arcana over acrobatics.
Uh-oh.
Oh man. Oh well.
He's 252.
Yeah, I think you're just going to do an acrobatics check or an athletics check, or, well, you described to me how you want to try to avoid this creature as
Okay.
it chases after you, the halfling.
Runt will have immediately looked at his surroundings and will remember the subsequent chase scene he already had to deal with the water, the flood, and he will try a similar tactic that Eustace would have done, which is climbing up to the highest point as quickly as possible. And so he's going to try and climb and scale some buildings that are non-maneuverable for a much larger creature. And then I
Right.
subsequently rolled a 4.
You subsequently rolled a 4. Zero, you turn around as this creature chases in hot pursuit. Maybe I should have brought back the turn. It's going to be a pretty short chase. As it rolls a 22 on its athletics check to catch you. Run! It sprints after you. You are trying to climb up this building. The water on the stone is a lot more slippery than you can remember. You remember when Eustace shimmied up a light pole and then yeeted himself onto like a banister of a house and like pulled himself up to safety as you got swept away by the tide. And unfortunately, it looks like the tide has come to you. Zero, you are... We're just going to say you're a flat 100 feet away. After watching Runt, like, try to duck to the side of a building and climb it. As they are now more or less in base contact. What are you doing as you, like, stare at them for a second?
No. Fuck. Can I... I'm gonna die. Can I pull out the Storm Giant Strength Potion?
Yeah.
And drink it.
Alright. I'm bringing us back to initiative real quick. I'm just gonna add your turns here manually. I think you rolled a 13, but here's a 14 instead. Zero.
It.
We have to enter combat for these two boys. Because I don't think Runt's getting away here. You can drink the potion. What do you do now?
Fuck. Kind of slow now. Do I have anything I could eat?
You're 100
Use your
feet
bow
away.
still, right?
You do have 30 feet of movement.
Yeah, I don't have anything I can eat either. I'll just run my movement and yell at the thing. Like, hey, dumb stupid face. I'm like 4 dudes right now. You wanna fuck?
You wanna fuck? Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. I'm down with it. Oof.
Get a roll for their sexual preference.
No, we do not.
Damn.
Organs.
You drink it. Do you move any closer with your movement?
Yeah, I'll move 30 feet.
All right,
Closer
you're
I can
70
get
feet away
through
from
it.
them as Runt. You are in base contact with this thing. You are basically eye level with it as it looks at you. You have shimmied up like 5 feet on this wall, and it's just fucking gazing down on you. What are you doing?
How close am I to reaching the top of this building?
You wanted to find a building that was taller than it, so it could not as easily climb up after you. So I would assume you found like a 2nd or 3rd story building to shimmy up.
Okay, and it's
so
12
you're-
feet tall?
This creature is 10.5 feet tall.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll just a 1d6, and 1, 2, 3 is a 2nd story building, which is roughly 16 feet tall. You know, roof and all that. And then, 4, 5, 6 will be a 3rd story building, which, 20 feet plus. It is a 1. You found a 2nd story building that you had begun climbing. So you are
Okay.
11 feet away from the lip of the roof.
Okay. In that case, I'm trying to think how I would explain this in character, but essentially I want to try and disengage
Mm-hmm.
and continue climbing up the building until I get to the top of it. But I'm not sure how I can disengage while I'm climbing.
So part of disengage is you're doing something to distract it for a moment, so that
Oh,
it
I
can.
know. I
Yeah.
can throw a piece of chalk at his face, and in the moment that it like throwing it at one of his eyes, so even if he doesn't flinch, it's like obscures just enough of his vision where if he were to take a swing, I would be able to escape.
I see.
As the only thing I can really think of. I'd throw something at him.
Can you roll me a 1d100 to see if this creature has sentinel?
Sure.
This guy's been chasing people down. Is low good or low? I think low is
Low
bad,
is always
right?
low is always bad.
I'm not giving it sentinel because that would be fucking mean. But it's got something in store for you. It has to have a way of chasing down runners, right?
Well, if he doesn't do anything while I disengage and climb to the top of the roof, Run is going to then take out his bow given to him by Revik, knock an arrow, and shoot an arrow down onto him.
Okay. Roll to attack with +2 to hit.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh, you already did all the thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, wow. A 28 will indeed clear its AC.
Oh wait, that's not correct. Hang on. That doesn't include. That would do an
Your
extra 4.
dexterity.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't do my dexterity. I just added it before,
So,
so that would be a total of
damage.
8.
Cool. Well, on its turn, it regens.
Well,
I can see it visibly regenning it, right? As the arrow
Yeah.
pierces it.
Totally.
Okay, cool.
The arrow hits its hide, its heavy fur, and sort of just pops back out of its skin. without it doing something. It is intelligent. It refuses to say anything to the distraction. And it's just gonna jump up to where you're at, since it has absurd strength. Yeah. Let me actually go to the jump mechanics rule. Jump mechanics, 5e.
Uh-oh, team.
Jump calculator.
Uh-oh.
What is your strength score? It is this number. It has a 10-foot high jump that it can just make. Oh, wait, no, we didn't account for its height. Okay. You can reach up and grab something 25.7 feet off the ground. That's cool, I guess. I don't know how that helps me.
Means
I guess
Okay.
you can
they can take into account how
two-story
high,
building.
how high the building is.
I suppose so. I did say
So it can
second-story
jump up and
buildings
just-
were 16 to 18 feet, so it is going to take a running... Well, it's going to step back a little bit, so it's going to spend like 10 or 20 feet of its massive movement. And then it's just going to fucking run at the wall, hit it hard, and then pull itself up to the very top of the roof as its movement. And Runt, as you look at this living legend, a serial killer that was likely only born in your nightmares, it is going to attack you 3 times. Twice with its great weapon, and second, or the third, with its teeth, as it wants to eat you. 22, 15 doesn't hit, does it? What's your AC?
No,
Okay.
16.
And then it's going to bite you with a 26 to hit. Very nice. Wow, minimum damage.
God bless.
And then it's going to bite you
I
for
will-
next to minimum damage.
I will uncanny dodge deny.
Okay. You suffer
Oh, no,
4 instead.
So it's a total of 12.
Indeed. And then it's going to use the last of its movement to position you. Or position itself to be basically about to kick you off the building. Okay. 0. The thing ignored you.
Yeah, it's a cunt.
Yeah. It's a cunt. Meanwhile, on the radio, just Rain is like, "We're in trouble!"
We're fucked. Ah! Movement and dash. Yeah, I don't have my javelins on me. I fucked up.
Uh-oh.
Friends, what's going on? Very
Answer
good.
me.
We're gonna die.
Friends.
Get out of there.
Not possible.
Friends, have you tried running away?
0, do you move up?
Yeah, movement and dash.
So that's 60 feet?
Yep.
Alright, you are 40 feet away from the building. Rushing straight towards your friend as Runt. Your turn comes. This thing's too fast. It's on top of you. It can regen.
Okay.
It's a modified troll stat block. What are you gonna do? Right.
I don't know. So here's what I am going to do. I am
The fear.
I am going to take out my +1 short sword and
Okay.
attack it.
You got it, champ.
And I will re-roll because I'm a halfling.
Oh my
Yeah.
For a
god.
critical hit,
You stab it in the shin.
dealing that much
What?
damage.
Holy fuck! Oh, you have 3d6 now for sneak attack. Oh my god. So 27 plus 31 plus, so 37 points of damage. As you fucking get it right in the knee. Oh my god.
And then I will walk away from it. I am
Like
going
a
to
badass.
bonus action. I am going to
There you go.
Run will say on his communicator, boys, this is my last goodbye. And he's going to then stab it right in its shin, and he will leave the short sword in its shin.
Okay.
And then he is going to immediately start running away. I will bonus action dash away from it.
Alright, it gets an opportunity attack.
It will not. Because
Oh,
I have
shit.
mobile.
Get it.
You have mobile too? You bitch.
You know how to make a rogue.
Alright, you run. Where do you run? Around it?
I will run to the edge of the building, away from it.
You're already
towards-
there.
Okay. So I will look to where Zero is.
Yeah, come on.
And I am going to jump
Alright,
towards
what's your strength?
Zero. My strength is 10.
How tall are you?
I am 3 foot 3 inches.
Oh
What's
my
your strength
God.
score again? You said
10.
10? And 3. Alright, so without running, you can long jump 5 feet. So you leap off of the building. You do suffer 1d6 of falling damage. For 3 points of falling damage. As you hit the cold, wet stone. This creature yelling in its barbaric tongue. Ah! And you run the rest of your movement. So
I will look at Zero as I run, and I will, yes. I will look at Zero as I'm running, and I will say, "It's not worth your life. If anyone is to die here, it should not be you. Keep going."
Alright.
When Runt makes his final thing, can I cast Fly, pick up Nav, and start going?
Of course. Yeah.
Bitch, Miga.
What about me?
That being said,
Alright, Meager.
they were traveling for more than 5 minutes. I'm giving us a 5-minute estimate time. That being said, traveling slowly, you're going to be at least 6 or 7 rounds away from them. So I'm not
Understood,
sure.
but...
Okay. You grab Nav, and you leave Meager alone to fend for himself with these 3 strangers who have threatened violence on Runt.
Well, I actually,
Meager would probably be even more... Oh, go, yeah, sorry.
I have locate object on the Lederhosen.
You could.
Oh!
We'll find his corpse.
Right?
True. True.
We'll get a burial, baby.
Oh my god.
You can do this. We can do
Brood!
it.
Brood! OMG, guys, you are actually in danger! I can't believe this! Runt's turn ends. Head Splitter, not needing to do any sort of thing, such as getting a running start for this jump, is just going to jump, fall for 1d... Well, he regens first, so... he will suffer 3 from falling. He will regen. Perfectly average.
As all things should be.
Yeah, I guess. And then he'll make base contact with our boy, Zero. And he has 3 actions he can take. They're called multi-attack, so he's going to Great Weapon you, Zero. Push, push. And then he's going to rip your head off with his teeth.
All of those hit.
All those hit? Alright, 23, 10, and 12. Does that kill you?
Let me do some quick math.
33 plus 12 is 45.
I do get knocked unconscious.
Okay. Runt! Runt's face! You get bowled over to the side, and this thing will, well, it will step 5 feet over to pursue Runt, who's leaving him. So Zero, I guess whisper me your death save, so that we can keep everyone in suspense.
What if it's GM roll like one word.
Yeah, GM roll, one word, space, 1d20. I'm gonna add a thing called Kushim and Nav. I'm just gonna have a countdown.
A little turn counter.
Yeah. We're gonna say on Runt's turn, or on Zero's turn, since he's the top, this will tick down. But if Runt continues to move towards you guys, I suppose we'll count that down by 2 instead of 1. So Runt, this thing is 20 feet away from you. Zero is down. If it was only just the rain. What could have happened, Runt, if you had just said you were afraid of the water?
Here's what's gonna happen. Alright, here's what's gonna happen. Alright? Here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Here's what we're gonna do.
Serious.
Alright, okay.
I'm going to move 35 feet away,
Okay.
and then I'm going to bonus action dash and move another 35 feet away. And then I'm going to take the dodge action,
Okay.
and then I'm going to flip him off.
You are now 90 feet away from him, since he's you're technically at 20, since he moved 5 feet. You move your 70 movement speed, casually. And it will dash. Well, it won't dash, actually. It is going to use its turn to look to see if there's anything cool on Unconscious Zero. Rolls a natural 19. Zero, what is the most expensive and coolest thing you have? Probably your longsword, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, he takes your longsword as his free item interaction, and then he will chase 50 feet of his fast-ass movement speed after you, halfling boy. Bringing this down to 40 rather than 90 distance. Kushima Nav, I'm assuming Runt is running to his friends, who are now flying over the city through the rain, looking for their friend. So Kushima Nav, I will give you both perception checks. And if you roll well, let's set an actual DC. If you roll above an 18, if one of you rolls above an 18, we will set this turn counter to -3. And maybe give you a shot of helping Runt.
Come on.
Is that what I figured?
Alright. This goes to 4 instead, since Runt is running to you guys. You guys are flying in the air, searching, looking, and Zero, can you please GM roll me? Don't roll 1. Okay. Runt. How's it going? How's it going, Runt? What are you doing? What's going on, Runt? Hang on, maybe. Are you gonna dash?
Okay.
Are you gonna
Okay.
dodge again? Are you gonna
Alright,
call
I'm
out
gonna
for
neg-
help?
I'm gonna negotiate a little bit, okay? So I know I've been really shit at it so far, and everything has basically been a joke. But I'd like to take out the skateboard and try and move faster with the skateboard.
Give me an acrobatics check. If you can find a thing to go downhill on, I will increase your movement speed.
Are you gonna do a sick kickflip at the end of your movement?
Maybe not this
No.
time.
No, we're not memeing this time.
That's not really impressive, Runt. I will give you an extra 5 feet of movement for this turn, because I do think this is clever. And
Hey, Runt, not taking acrobatics has really fucked you over a lot in Runt's lifetime, hasn't it?
Okay. Do you
I'm
run
gonna
away?
move. I'm gonna move 70 feet and take the dodge action. Yeah.
I'm giving you an extra 5.
Oh, okay. Then I
80
will move
feet.
a total of 80 feet.
Good. You move 80 feet, bumping this to 120, which he will then close upon you, bringing you down to 20 feet away. He's booking it. His body is just generating so much heat. As soon as the rain hits it, he begins to steam. You could call him a steam locomotive, and he will also heal, since no one has injured him.
Or we could call him a Titan.
Yes. He has been a tight. As soon as I saw him literally grab the fucking building, I was like, okay, this is no longer Bloodborne. This is now Attack on Titan.
Kushima and Nav, if you roll good on these perception checks,
John, stop!
Can we-
You know it's not gonna happen.
Oh,
DC 15, we're lowering it.
Run,
He's
wait.
nearby.
Run, where are you? Give us landmarks.
Everything's
I will-
raining and sinking, Runt.
4, 3, 2. You're not responding. Okay, fine. Why wouldn't you respond?
Okay, Run just saw Zero get fucking O-code, and he's now using a
Zero.
fucking skateboard to try and run
We're
away.
flying.
Zero,
We're
give me another
flying.
death save. Rot, what are you doing?
Is there anything I can identify as a passing? You know what? No. Runt's gonna get on his communicator, and he's going to start saying... not this time, because I'm actually, I'm gonna turn myself down. I'm about to fucking die. Listen for the sound of my voice, and he's going to start screaming.
This will trigger another set of perception checks for free. Don't let Runt die.
Information. We
Oh
need
my
information.
No.
Yes.
Three
Yes.
checks later, and we mulligan the natural 20. Runt, can you please give us your best wail of fear and terror?
Lower it down real quick.
Oh my god, he muted himself! And didn't even pick up! Oh, Mike, there was just a tiny bit of feedback!
You pooted.
Did it work, or was
No.
it too much?
It's too much.
No,
it was
nothing.
great,
We
though.
didn't hear anything.
The
Okay.
silence told it all.
Perfect.
Yeah, actually.
Kushim and Nav and several hundred people all hear Runt scream. And Kushim, you now will be able to get into range within this next, or after this next round.
Okay.
Runt, you run 70 feet?
Yep. He's going to, at this point, he's going to jump off of the skateboard and just say fuck it and start sprinting again.
Alright, you run, you sprint. And at the end of its turn, it will regen again. Less than average that time. And then, dashing, it will catch up to you. It can't attack you this round, which gives Kushim and Nav their chance to roll into initiative. So, let me go and pull your tokens before you roll that. Hey! Hey, buddy! Hey, Meager, what have you been doing these past 24 seconds?
Yeah, so locate object for the Lederhosen.
Okay.
And start just dashing full-on sprints towards that direction. Soaking wet from the
Okay.
just running.
I'm gonna say you come in here at 10 minus 3, so 7 more rounds.
Okay, yep.
Because you have locate object, that sort of counters out the fact that the city is a fucking maze that is constantly sinking. Where Kushim could just fucking fly over it, you still have to navigate those streets. Zero, not Zero. Quinn, nope, not Quinn. Kushim, there you are. Whoosh.
Oh.
Flying through the sky, watching Runt die, rolling initiative. Okay, there we go. You guys roll in. Oh my god, a fine initiative roll from Kushim. Nav, you are being held in the air by Kushim, who has dropped everything to carry you by your armpits. What are you doing? Oh, why are there two?
Are they in sight?
Yeah.
Okay. Presumably I have my shit
Yeah.
out. I'm just gonna shout up to Kashim, keep us level, but don't drop us on the ground. And I'm going to Eldritch Blast, Monster Boy.
Alright, you get 2 shots. 10's not gonna do it. 26 will. Alright, let's see that. 4 plus 5 is often 9, bringing him down to almost the sex number.
And because of Lance of Lethargy, his movement speed is reduced by 10.
Ooh.
Oh, hell yes!
Bigly. Fucking bigly. 0, can I please get another death saving throw? Alright. Runt, it's your turn.
He's right in front of me.
Yeah, he's base contact with you.
And where? Okay, so where is
You
this?
watch him
Eldritch
get
Blast coming from?
blasted once. There's this weird, crippling, magical effect that seeps into his constantly spasming muscles, him having chased you for so long and for so far.
Okay.
You literally see the dubstep wub-wubs sink into his muscles.
Run. Temer says grab your sword from his leg.
Yeah, I did stab my short sword into his leg and leave it there the
It's
entire
true.
time.
I never described him pulling it out. It's just been being healed around this entire time. It's a free item interaction.
Now the question is, do I actually fight now that the team is here? Or do I keep... Because he still outspeeds me, even
You
with a
have
minus 10
6-second
speed.
combat rounds, right?
Okay.
This was a random encounter. Let's do it. There
Okay,
you
he's
go.
right in front of me. I will pull out the silvered +1 Ulathaean longsword,
Oh shit.
and I will take a fighting stance. I will take a steadying aim,
Oh shit. He's
and I will
standing
prepare
his ground.
myself to slash this motherfucker
All right.
with 2 hands. Two-handing this fucking
Oh
weapon.
my god.
You hear the dramatic anime music when shit gets serious.
And then you also hear the dramatic anime music as the sad music theme plays as you do not hit his AC.
Damn.
And Runt.
You hear the bleach violins going off.
Yeah.
And as I strike him, never mind.
The rain patters down on your face as his skin catches the blow. You having not found a way to harm him as he slaps you down twice with a 24,
24 will hit,
15
and I will
damage,
uncanny dodge it.
and then instead of biting your head off, you being too low to the ground, he's going to hit you again with his great weapon. Because I hid this, but he gets to choose, and he just wanted to eat your flesh. But now he's out to kill for a 26. Come on, dude! Roll better! You have a 1d16 weapon! Come on! This guy sucks. Okay. It was also his turn, and no one has found his weakness yet. So he's going to heal. For that much. As it becomes Kushim's turn. Kushim holding Nav. Nav! If you cast a spell that requires a somatic component, or a material component, that means you have to use a hand.
Eldritch Blast does not require material. Oh, you're saying me?
Yes,
Have
you are Kushim.
You said
Okay.
Nav.
Oh, well,
right,
you would have to drop
yeah,
Nav.
okay.
I'm sorry.
Right. Oh, damn. What is the material component for hold person? Small straight piece of iron. Is there any small straight pieces of iron on Nav that I can use? That I
It
can.
would be your arcane
It's
focus
not
that
straight.
you were channeling, right?
Yeah, you don't deal with material components if
that.
you have an arcane focus. It replaces all material components.
What did you see,
don't-
Sure,
Orion?
but the problem is that I'm holding Nav, right? So
Yeah, that's the problem.
if I can use one of his, one of his small pieces of iron that's on his body to
Well,
do that,
you need a free hand.
What do you reckon? I can shift it up to his body. Is what What do you say, DM?
Say that again?
What do you
I'm
think?
sorry.
What do you reckon?
What is on your
Okay,
character
so it
sheet
requires-
right now, Kushim?
It requires a small straight piece of iron. You mean like what have I not dropped?
Yeah.
I guess I would drop everything except like what I guess my arcane focus, a couple of rocks, and that's probably it. I think I dropped everything else.
You dropped your entire backpack at the place?
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So, I will let you try to cast a spell, because I think you have justified it in a way that I think I liked. I'm sorry.
Can live
Many
with at
things were
least.
happening. I end it with a question mark, and always put that asterisk of "Don't fuck me" with my kindness. No,
Understood.
please throw your hold person spell in the chat.
Okay, I hope it works. Let's see.
What
let's
is
see.
the DC
Alright.
on the spell save he needs to make? Because I don't
14.
think.
It's not so bad.
Is it a wisdom save?
Wisdom save. Yeah. I.
He gets a
Son of a bitch! Oh!
barely
That was
passing.
so great. Oh, okay.
Fuck John with his kindness. Fuck you, Temmer. Kushim and Nav have arrived. We will now be using the Kushim and Nav as our boy, Meager, running into battle. He's 6 turns out. Nav, you're still in the air. You are technically mounted. Kushim has entered hover mode to at least finagle the bit of iron to try to cast a spell upon his enemy. But what about you? Ron just took some solid hits here, bud.
I think. Well, Ron just started trying to fight again.
Mm-hmm. That it did.
Alright, I'm gonna.
Ron took a stand. What
I'm gonna fucking. I'm gonna call up Tsukushima, like. Oh, fuck, Run's fighting, drop me. And until he drops me, I think I'm. Going.
I'm not
to-
dropping you.
I said drop me! Oh shit.
Plunging attack.
Nav, use Hexblade's curse. You're a fucking Hexblade.
Oh my god, I can fucking do that! The ability that I have fucking forgotten that I've had every
I know.
single time we fight. Yes, I'm actually going to do that.
Alright, get within 30 feet first.
Oh yeah,
Alright,
how far
we're-
away am I?
We're gonna say you are within. You are 30 feet above him. He doesn't have a ranged attack, despite me lying to you guys multiple times already.
You just wanted to make us sweat.
I do. We're gonna say the Hexblade goes up. We're in wacky DM territory, okay? You hex him. He is hexed. You crit on 19s now, and add your proficiency bonus to damage. Right? That's how it works? Yeah.
Yes.
And then I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast him, I guess.
Oh my god, did
With
you...
another
Holy
critical!
shit. Both hit.
Ooh.
Flex!
He loses 20 movement speed with this too. That is not damage.
That's not it.
5 plus 6, and then 1 on top of 5 plus 6.
Plus proficiency.
Plus proficiency twice, I believe.
Then
A total of
that's
6.
6 for both.
Okay, so...
Not for both. 6 total. 3 on each.
Okay. 12, 17,
Little bit
18.
damage.
There we go.
18, yeah.
We got there. Don't worry, guys. We know how to do math. Don't show this to Chad as 0. Please give me another death saving throw. As Runt takes his turn.
Runt is bloodied. His lederhosen clearly ripped. One of his eyes looks like it has a scar on it.
You mean your energy shield takes this on?
He has
I'm
the
sorry
appearance
for
that he
ruining your
looks like,
moment. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm about to die. I could at least look cool
I
doing
have
it.
the power of God and anime.
You know, I'm just gonna roll.
Fuck you, John. I'm just gonna roll.
You hit!
I'm gonna roll
His AC is 17. You hit him.
for a total of 24.
Jesus Christ. Urgh, he shouts.
And then I will ready myself for the incoming hits.
You ready yourself for the incoming hits. And he will great weapon attack you for a 25. You suffer 13. Do you have
I
that?
have to uncanny dodge that, or
Alright.
I die.
What are you at?
So it's 6. I have 4 HP.
He's gonna kick you in the face with a natural weapon
Oh.
for 16, knocking you unconscious.
So I'm at negative 12.
And then he's going to throw his great weapon like a javelin at Kushim. His ranged attack is him throwing his main weapon. For a 17 to hit you, Kushim. I could not hear you.
You're muted.
Sorry, that'll hit.
Okay. Cool.
Since Kushim is carrying me, could I, like, try and finagle, even if it's just, like, to swing myself up in the way and use shield?
This is going to be an acrobatics check of DC 20, but yeah, I'll let you do that. We're in wacky DM territory. I'll give you the chance.
That's gonna be a no, but you said athletics?
Yeah, athletics or acrobatics, your choice. Okay.
I tried.
He was clearly aiming
Thank
for
you.
the flying bug man, and although you try to interpose your body, you realize you are not an athlete. You are a sorcerer who fights in melee combat and wears medium armor. I'm sorry. He does a total whopping 22 damage, but has
Whoa.
lost his great weapon. Kushim, make me a Constitution saving throw. Wait, you only had 22 health? What? That's not right.
No, he accidentally added
That's
his
alright.
max HP.
Oh.
He has 41 max HP.
What?
I do it on the sheet. That's my bad. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
My bad.
You want me to help you? Minus 22. There we go. Please make me a
Thank
con
you.
save for maintaining your flight.
Right.
That actually
Shit.
fails.
That
Cause
fails.
it's
Because he did
magic.
22.
DC 11.
You guys were
Yeah.
30 feet up in the air above this guy. So please make me athletic or acrobatics checks or take 3d6 falling damage.
Oh boy.
Alright,
yeah, now,
passes
sure.
will suffer half of this. John.
Okay, John.
Yeah.
I want to try something else.
Okay, do you have a reaction?
Well, since my turn is next,
No, Kushim's turn is
And-
next.
oh shit, I was not scrolled up all the way. Okay, never mind.
Okay. Okay. You, Nav, you will take the full 10. You, Kushim, will suffer 5 additional falling damage. Fuck! I just launched my D6s across my fucking house. as it becomes your turn, Kushim, you were 30 feet above it somewhere, so its axe is now just flying away with the strength at which it yeeted this thing. Will undoubtedly land near an orphanage or in an orphanage or something. But in the meantime, Kushim, what are you doing?
Yeah, okay. So am I within its melee range? If I make a ranged attack, is it at disadvantage?
We're gonna say
close
no.
I am?
We're gonna say it's like 5 feet away from you. Or not 5,
Okay.
5 feet, but like 10 feet away from you. There's a 5-foot space between you two.
Right. Yeah, just gonna Eldritch Blast it. As once more, let my friends go! But this time, much more convincingly.
A 15 does
That's
not
not gonna
hit.
do
A
it.
12 does not hit.
Come on.
You don't have good luck with Eldritch Blast, Kushim.
No.
Meager, you're 5 turns away from being like 90 feet
I'm
away.
coming. I'm
Yeah,
coming.
it's your turn. Guys, I'm gonna be real. It has 17 AC. It has 36 hit points left. Can you do this? Nav, this is the
Probably
decision
not, but we're gonna try.
you must make. Well, technically, it might have 18 now that he's using Zero's longsword.
Yeah, I was gonna say it gives it +1 AC.
But that's attunement, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I'm gonna cast Armor of Aegis on myself.
Okay. At 3rd level?
I have. Yes.
Alright, you gain 15 temp health. It will suffer 15 cold damage if it hits you.
15 and I think that's
That was your action. You got any bonus action, non-spells?
not a non-spell.
Zero and Ryan, can I get death
Non-spell.
saves while he does this? Just to...
Because like dodge and shit is an action, right?
Yep.
Dodge or defend and all that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then. Yeah, that's it.
Its turn comes along. It doesn't actually want to use the sword. The sword, it's too small. He's a giant. His hands are too big for it. If he gripped it on its handle, he would just be gripping the blade.
I don't want to say this, but it becomes big when I use my Giant's Might.
Well, you're no
Well,
longer
wouldn't
I
that-
don't know
big.
if I
Yeah.
think when I fall
So-
unconscious. I don't know how that works.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
wouldn't it go back to normal once you go unconscious?
Yeah. And if not, it's going to for the purposes of kicking Nav in the face and literally punching his head off. Does a 16 hit you, Nav?
Nope.
Does a... Oh my god. What? No! And it regens this turn.
Buggers.
It regens for 6. Alright, Kushim, it's your turn again. Meager's running, he's 4 turns away!
I wish I had anything better than what I have
After
right now.
after Meager gets here, we're gonna do reset the countdown for local authorities. Oh my god.
Okay. Alright.
Oh,
You're just gonna keep gonna do 2 Eldritch Blasts first, and then it's probably gonna back up.
Okay.
Son of a bitch.
21 hits.
Alright. Alright.
For... Aight, okay. Well, you undo his healing.
Whoa!
Fuck
You don't
your
have-
regen.
Do you not have any damaging spells at all?
Ooh.
No.
I'm out of spell slots now.
Oh, shit. Alright,
Shotgun casting.
Nav.
All right.
You are juiced up. You just wove through like 3 amateur hits to you. You're a giant killer, right?
Sure, we'll go with that. As a bonus action, I am going to cast Spirit Shroud.
Oh shit! Oh my
Um,
god! You call forth spirits of the dead. You get an extra 1d8. Choose what damage type: necrotic, radiant, or cold.
We'll say Necrotic.
Okay.
Ooh. Any creature that takes this
Oh,
damage
shit.
can't regen hit points until the start of your next turn.
That's huge.
That
It's actually
So
is really good for you. Okay.
I'm gonna walk up to him.
You are within 10 feet.
And
Okay.
I'm going to swing at him with the war pick.
The 22 will hit. For 7 plus 3 lightning damage plus 3 from proficiency is 13. You cut him.
Plus an extra D8 from Spirit Shroud.
Please roll the d8 necrotic damage.
D8.
Oh my god. It
And
looks
he can't regen.
badly wounded.
And its speed is reduced.
Okay, its speed is...
Now it's really coming into.
Nav
I
finally...
failed everything else in this campaign, but goddamn it.
Zero Runt, please give me death saves. Zero, you've rolled 6 already, so this facade can stop.
I was about to say, hey John, that was 6.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you for keeping up with me, though. Anyway. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Runt.
Do you get to re-roll once?
You get to re-roll ones on death saving throws?
Do you actually?
It says saving throws.
Fuck! It does.
I will
was about
post.
to say.
I will post.
No, it's
Lucky
fine.
is on saving
This
throws.
is bullshit!
Nice. Nice.
I did roll a 1. I'm sorry.
I was like, you clicked twice. I feel so too bad. Like, then you linked me the fucking thing. Fuck off. The halfling splitter goes to goes to Runt on principle and kill.
No, this is bullshit.
It's go
I
so
wouldn't put it. It's fine.
it's gonna make an intelligence check to see if it knows what spell you cast on yourself the previous turn. It passes. It knows hitting you will kill it. Which brings it to a dilemma.
How freaking intelligent this thing is.
It's gonna disengage and run away. 50 feet.
Attack of opportunity.
It is
Disengage.
a disengage unless you have sentinel.
Oh, disengage. You are right.
Thank you. I love being... yeah, I love being right. Kushim! It ran 50 feet away. It stands over Zero's body, which has been still for quite some time in the rain. Blood pooling and running to the gutters.
Gonna run 30 feet towards it and cast 2 Eldritch Blasts at it.
20 will hit. 18 will hit. 10.
Okay, so 7 and 6. So 10 and 6. It only does once per turn.
Okay, 10 and 6. It only had 14 HP.
Oh! Fuck yes!
Kushim and Nav, Meager, is 3 turns
Right,
away.
Meager.
Nav, it's your turn. You know this thing has regen. That was your one hint from John.
I'm going to... It's 50 feet away, so I have to dash action towards it
Okay.
to get within range. But I'll get as, like, as close to the front as I can
Okay.
with the extra 10 feet.
You get as close to him as you can, standing next to his fallen head, already seeing that his wounds are indeed mending.
Question,
try.
because the spell also says that with any creatures within 10 feet of it loses
I think
10
it's
feet
the
of movement.
suffer. Oh. Okay,
Yeah,
so it's
well,
40
I-
feet.
40
I
feet
was
away.
thinking-
Yeah, but, you know, he only has 30 movement speed anyway. We just switch it to 40 instead of 50. So now he's literally on top of Zero's body. Instead of right in front of it. Maker Zero just collapsed all because of you!
Sorry.
No, you're good. Zero, you are either alive or dead. Runt, give me your saving throw, please. Okay.
Wait,
Uh,
hold on.
What?
So 40. If I move 30, I'm within 10.
Okay.
The Spirit Shroud to stop regen only has
Oh.
to be any damage. It does not have to be a melee attack.
Oh, shit. Alright. This is true. It is prone. How are you gonna damage it?
I'm gonna, I don't know, shoot it up its ass.
Alright, shoot it up its ass. Disadvantage. Eldritch Blast, please. AC 17. As we roll back the clock to see if it gets another turn or not. That's all you needed. The 20 will hit. It does not regen. And you guys, combined, can shatter its skull. But in the... Well, I guess... I guess Nav can shatter its skull. But in that time, Kushim, what are you doing? Runt and Zero are both knocked unconscious or dead.
I'm useless in this situation now. I don't have anything. I just do the backpack. I'm just gonna go up to Runt and stroke his head and say, "Stay with me, buddy. Stay with me."
Is this
I
a
feel like
medicine
it's relevant
check?
to mention. I feel like it might be, you know, beneficial to mention that I have in the past, in fact, used a healer's kit on other people before.
Well, hold on.
I can't remember that. It's incredibly, yeah, it's so pertinent. I'm
Kushim,
sorry,
give me an
Kushim
check.
doesn't remember it.
Maybe.
Okay.
I'll give it the roll, but if you choose not to for the sake of roleplay.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
We can
I
also
also don't want to have Front die based on the my roleplay.
Alright.
I remember.
You remember.
Yeah.
You stabilize Runt, stabbing him with a shot of magical adrenaline to keep his heart pumping, and then you just stuff gauze in the wound that he currently has. Runt, roll me a 1d100 to see how badly this wound is. 'Cause we don't play with wounds enough. Alright, it is a moderate wound. So now you do have that scar on your face. And we can exit combat. Do we need to take a little break? You know?
Wait, hold on. Before we do that, as an Asimir, I can give people HP.
Who do
So
you...
I can go wake up. Well, I'm gonna give a point of HP. Excuse me. I'm gonna give a spark of life essence to Runt, and I'm gonna run over and somewhat reluctantly do the same for Zero.
Oh my god. Hang on. We got 4 dabs coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do them all at once. You got 3 dabs for free as you bring Run up to 1 HP. You run over. You power slide to 0. You kick off the body with the power slide. You grip your battle brother who almost killed you in your arms. And he's not breathing, Nav. His blood is staining the streets at a rate that was not seen, because the rain was dispersing it, washing it away. His hands are cold, his eyes unblinking, his heart not beating. Nav, although you never got to have your vengeance, or have your reconciliation, or have that closure of the combat that you two shared on such a personal level, where he almost killed you. He lays dead, having defended his friend, albeit rather pathetically, with his life. It is a good thing Nobody saw him just get YOLO dropped and then roll a 2 and a natural 1 on his death saving throws.
Oh.
Right when I said, don't roll a 1.
Don't roll a 1. Instant dead.
And with that, we're going to take a small break because I need to go to the bathroom. We will see you guys here in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Not even there. So
Welcome back, everybody. The Discovery team is in the streets of Maelstrom, where some heads are finally poking out of alleyways, out of doorways, out of sewer grates, having hid from an abomination that is now dead as a doornail, amongst another. Having fallen in combat, having tried to escape, then tried to make a stand, Zero lays dead before you all. Runt being the first to truly have that feeling sink in, as he remembers all of the things that he said and proved himself wrong. It wasn't Runt to die here. It was someone Runt led here to die. So, what are your immediate reactions Of course, not including Val/John/Zero.
Oh, they ran it really far. What? What's that?
Fucking Meeker!
Oh, sweet baby.
He just shows up at the, like, tail end of it. Oh, no.
I think Nav, a little dumbstruck, would probably still try to give him the remaining life points. Sure, Yu-Gi-Oh terms.
You kiss him on
Dead.
his forehead, much like Aragorn did to Boromir, trying to give off your magical energies to restart his fallen energy shield. It does not return. Reality sets in for you as thunder and lightning break across the sky.
Runt will wake up with a gasp.
You're being held by Kushim's bug grip, his 3 fingers wrapped tightly around your shoulders and your wound, your face.
As he sees Kushim, he will not immediately take in his surroundings. He will just see Kushim, and he will assume the worst, and he will say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I brought you into this. It's all my fault. It's all my fault.
The
Okay,
rain,
fine.
tears, and blood mix on your hands, Kushim.
He's in the past now.
did.
Okay. Run. Great to see you're up. What's Maelstrom security like?
Runt will kind of shimmy, coming to his senses, hearing Nav's more logical approach to him awakening as opposed to the more intimate being held by Kushim. And he'll kind of like, oh, okay.
It stings.
we're not
It
now."
hurts so badly as you hit your face.
Yeah, he's just like,
Oh.
oh, fuck. Ah,
Oh no.
I'm still alive. Okay, what? He'll look around, he will see the creature, he will see Zero.
Give me a perception
will-
check as you
Okay.
look around. The question
Perception.
of what does Maelstrom security look like?
I rolled a
About
20,
to
I
be
accidentally
answered.
rolled the GM.
Oh shit. Let me go and confirm that to make sure it's a legal dirty 20 or a nat. A dirty 20.
It's a natural 19.
You guys don't get to see it, but you can take my word that it is indeed a dirty 20.
Stream can see it.
Stream cannot
I
see
think.
it now.
Oh, never mind.
Runt, you look about, the lightning and thunder above illuminating the street a little bit. From the direction you were heading uphill towards where you were going to find and suss out information about the City of Blinding Lights. Instead, you see a magical rectangular prism with jutting spikes sort of protruding every 6 or so inches from it, as though it is a spiked dragon shell or turtle shell that is coming to see what the hubbub is about. You recognize this arcane chariot.
Oh, fuck. Oh. Fuck. Okay. Runt will sigh. And he will say, it's no use. Nobody move.
As Runt says that, part of this magical rectangular prism everyone knows is the most and best geometric shape in the entire world. Part of its side hisses open. You all see a release of heat meet the air, creating this mist effect as the spiked spiked wall of this prism crashes into the ground with a weighty metal piercing noise as stone is broken. Out from it, you will eventually see a few people beginning to slowly walk cautiously towards you. One of them has a hand raised while a hand is on his longsword at his side. Supposedly to show non-hostile intent. What are you guys doing? Kushim waves. He waves back. Kushim's camera may have froze. Okay. Froze.
He's just staying in the same spot.
It's just pixel perfects.
Runt's going to look through his bag and see if he has the symbol of Maelstrom or anything that was given to him by the prince to potentially allow him to show his, I suppose, status.
Because that's what we do give to spies, right?
I don't... Listen, I don't know if...
Where's your CIA badge, Mr. Lawman?
Not like, hey, I'm clearly from Maelstrom, but more of like, if you're from Maelstrom and you work under, it's like this secret... Like, if I have, like, an oak leaf, and everyone knows this oak leaf is, like, a secret symbol, like, that this
if
guy's
everybody knows the secret
No,
symbol.
Everyone in the organization.
Yeah, everyone, so, like, everyone in the Maelstrom order knows that if you have this, like, X symbol, that means they're part of Maelstrom,
They
but
have
they're also
something
undercover.
much better than that, Runt. They know your face.
That's true.
They have records.
And good memories. And letters that you never gave them. You bastard.
I sent one.
You sent
I sent one.
One.
Okay.
3 years. No, you are all approached by a squad of young adults. It is eerily similar to how the Tyrant is. It just slaps you all in the face with just how recognizable this scene is. As, like, 4 young 20-year-olds slowly approach you guys. Adults who are in the process of grieving and in victory. The starkest, most silent and brooding, he looks like a young Batman, minus the cape and cowl. He allows his more talkative party members to speak up on his behalf. We're gonna roll 1d3. It's either gonna be crossbow boy, cleric girl, or what was the other one, Brood?
Lance guy.
Lance guy?
Yeah, because there was one with like a spear, one with a crossbow, and the priest girl.
Indeed. Lance guy shows up.
Fuck.
He calls out to you all. Is he an asshole? I can't remember. Lancers
Yeah,
are always assholes.
Lance guy was the asshole. Everyone else was nice.
He callously looks at the dead and makes a joke. Looks like you had a pretty hard fight, huh, fellas?
Yes.
I didn't expect them to just say yes. He gauges everyone's dispassionate reaction. He's like, I expect... You know what? Someone else can handle it. He was trying to clearly get a rise out of you all, which Kushim quickly snuffed out. Oh my god. Rumble roar, you bastard. John, this is for you!
He came in late.
He came in late.
He would have done it at the time if he was here.
True. This Lancer guy takes a step back. A crossbow person steps up. A heavy crossbow in an underhanded grip. Just gonna unload a single quarrel into this dude's head. Not Zero's, of course. The killer, this murderer on the run. It's like, we've been hunting this bastard for 3.5 months. How'd you find him?
You could say it was an unfortunate circumstance, sir.
The horrid random encounter, yes. I don't suppose this... And he points to the half-carcass that was thrown to initiate this combat. That was his work too.
Seems
What
so.
gave it away?
Fair. He does an insight check to see how much or how he should identify you, Runt, because he knows you. He seems to be a slyer man, and will take a cautionary stance, assuming that you haven't given up your cover, even though everyone here probably knows that you are indeed a spy for Maelstrom. You have injured among you, clearly. We can take you to the keep and have your wounds treated and have you rewarded for slaying this monster.
I suppose that would be a fine course of action. We're all very tired.
He looks at your kits, sees that most of you guys don't have all of your shit on you. Because, you know, no, he understands that you guys are out of towners. There's no way anyone in their right mind would just come into Maelstrom with the clothes on their back. Or the spells on their hip, as it were. Are you staying somewhere? Do you need us to go to your lodgings?
There's... My friends appear to have placed the possessions in the... They will grab what they have, and then they will meet you. We will grab what we have, and then we will meet you somewhere.
How about here? We have to dispose of this creature.
That is fine.
Okay. I suppose they will offer to carry Zero as well, since he is clearly not moving, and, you know, healing magic has not brought him up.
Brunt will say, as they offer to take him, he was one of our friends. Please be careful with him.
The cleric nods her head and will begin to, I guess, tend to the body. Not so much of stripping him of his loot, more so than just separating the things that will be hard to get off once rigor mortis sends in. So mostly his armor, stuff like that. And they kind of just do this in the middle of a street, and none of the hoodlums and cutthroats of this city dare get near these four. They are all well known, and they are all, as Runt knows, extremely dangerous justice bringers, or a vigilante goon squad, as their common title goes by. You all can go and retrieve the things you left back at the warehouse. None of it will be stolen, surprisingly. In fact, the other three guys who were there are kind of just like hunkering down in like a corner, like eyeing you all as you enter, kind of suspiciously.
The way walking back, I would like to say to Meager, I'm sorry I didn't take you. I forgot that you were not actually a barrel.
Sorry. It's a right. What will happen to? Does Zero have any family?
We will talk to the
Don't know.
tyrant about what to do with his remains. We will most likely be able to get his remains sent back to Tulst as part of our reward, if not as a courtesy.
Laser beam.
Laser beam. Laser.
Is that all you wanted to say? Because we...
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, cool. You grab your stuff. Do you guys talk to the three dudes who are super sussy? Sussy Baka's hiding in the corner.
Runt will say something to them.
Because they're acting extremely strange, Runt.
How? In what way?
They didn't steal your shit. Like, at all.
That's
You're still
true,
here.
actually. Runt will look at them.
Ah!
He's cut across his eye now. He's
Ah!
bloodied. His clothes are tattered. He will come in. He is holding a knife that is bloodied in his right hand. He doesn't have it raised. He's just holding it at this point. Because he took it out and he's just been looking at it occasionally as he walks. And he will raise an eyebrow and he's saying, "What the fuck are you still
Fuck
doing
off!
here?"
Get out! Leave! Take your shit and go!
He will throw a dagger
Calm your
at the wall
fucking
next to them.
tits.
Yeah, make an attack roll against the wall.
Okay.
You
Oh
get
my
advantage because it's prone.
The wall is prone.
Yeah,
You-
disadvantage.
You throw the knife at the wall expertly, silencing the man who's like, ah!
What are you doing here?
Is it where we live? Fuck off!
Tell me. I do not have time for this.
What do you mean?
I do not have time for you.
Then
So
leave!
tell me. So
Leave!
tell me. He's going to walk up to the man and stare him down.
Okay.
A new dagger suddenly appearing from his pocket into his other hand.
Kushim, it looks like Runt's about to murder a stranger. Are you gonna let this fly?
Nav, while this is going down, Nav's checking their bags to make sure everything's actually still there.
Nav, something has changed. 4 red eyes gleam and stare at you outside of Kushim's backpack where it was bundled up and hidden.
Oh!
A faint voice. Not a worded message is given to you, but a strong emotional response is given. Those who wish to challenge the first seal, don me. You are the only one who apparently hears this voice, Nav, as Kushim is walking towards Runt, maybe trying to stop him from shedding more blood than necessary, question mark?
I don't think so. I don't think... This doesn't seem...
What Meteor was going to do was cast Detect Thoughts
Okay.
so that questioning them hear the initial thoughts, but I hear everyone's thoughts, like service thoughts. Do I
Yeah.
also hear?
Well, you
Nav?
should link the spell, thank you.
Is a huge spell.
Always link the
Christ.
spell,
Holy fuck.
no matter how big the stat block. I'm not reading it, I know basically what this is. You get the surface thoughts of everything within a certain range, I think 30 feet.
Yeah, which is the whole building.
It says any one creature.
Focus your mind on any one creature.
Okay.
You focus on the guy, because obviously that's why you would cast a spell.
Yeah.
And you see in his surface thoughts, him constantly checking to where Nav is. Like, he is like an image thinker rather than like a word thinker, like I, John, am. He's just like, image flash, back to Nav, back to Nav, back to Nav. Oh shit, Runt, back to Nav. Like, that Nav is the threat, not Runt.
In Nav.
You look at Nav's back as Runt is shouting at this dude. Tell me what you know. Where's Rachel?
Where is she?
This dude's just screaming his head off. Just get out, leave. Take your shit, go.
What does Nav service thoughts?
Nav. You heard this voice. The emotion echoes within your heart. It's raw. It's
So
painful.
do we count like feeling as thought, or is it literally just?
I think
Because
this is
the-
your
it-
heart and internal, like, thoughts translating this inhuman emotion that is just given to you.
Okay.
It's not like a intelligent thing that is speaking to your mind. It's you, like how comprehend languages works in a way, where you read something and it translates to the arcane, and then you intercept that and get your own derivation? I don't know how to spell or speak. Your own take on the same sentence could be two different things if you are two different entities casting comprehend languages on something.
Right.
Deviation. I'm an idiot.
So it's probably three things happen in quick succession. One is just like static white noise, like the ringing in the ear, which goes to like panicked jumbling. Like if you were texting and it was just like
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, I know the feeling well.
And
Slap
then
your keyboard.
probably just overwhelmingly it just like pounding is like fight, referring to like Nav is thinking back to the fight that you interrupted when
Well,
you
as
broke through the
think this,
magic.
Is there any action you would take, Nav?
Yes. I don't know that Meager is watching me.
Yeah, you don't.
So I am going to try and sleight of hand it out of Kushim's bag and into my bag.
Okay.
What are you thinking while you do this?
I'm a sneaky son of a bitch.
I'm a sneaky snake.
Well then, you sneak it on in to your backpack.
Nav?
Nav, you freeze. The helmet in your hands. It's thrumming with warmth, as though it's matching with your heartbeat.
Internally, you'll recognize like
Fuck,
alarm.
fuck.
Yeah. What's up, Meager?
What you doing?
Meager, we don't have time for this.
Ah,
Like
just
they
leave!
turned around.
Take the demon out! Go!
The demon. What the fuck are you talking about? Speak quickly.
It's a control! They point to Nav.
We'll deal with him later. Ron
Runt.
points at Nav as well.
Runt. And I'm gonna hold up the helmet.
He's
Right.
gonna look at the helmet and he's
You
gonna
look at the
you and he's gonna
ornamental
say,
helmet.
We'll deal with it later. Grab your shit
Cool.
and let's go.
Fucking gosh.
Kushim, Meager, Nev, grab your stuff. We're leaving.
Feels lighter.
At least by 5 pounds.
I'm sure it does, buddy.
Just staring at Nav.
Meager, you can be as suspicious as you want. The team surrounding you, all three of them, does not seem interested in what Nav is doing as you go to your 5th fallen member, who has been wrapped in some kind of water-resistant shawl, be it magical or technological, likely magical. This cloth is wrapped around his body, And he is sort of being stowed within an undercarriage compartment. The body of the creature has been segmented. And its torso and heart, well, not heart, but its torso has been sort of impaled on the front of the prism cube that just has spikes going through it. Its limbs and head are assumedly stored somewhere where Zero is as well, or some other equal compartment that is out of sight and out of mind. They're going to roll an investigation check at disadvantage to see if they found the axe. Since none of you guys went for it, they knew that this creature had a great weapon, which you guys don't know the technical term of that, but that is like a super two-handed weapon. Unlike a great sword, which is just a sword, which is bigger. A great weapon is the same thing. Rolling 2 5s. It looks like some random citizen is now armed with a 1d16 weapon. That can only be used in 2 hands and has a strength requirement. So good luck, random citizen!
He becomes the new final boss of Maelstrom.
The curse continues. As you guys head on into this dank little battle chariot, or arcane chariot is its proper term. It's nice and warm in here, much better than the rain, and as you guys sort of drip and slush water in here, you realize this fabric entirely enclosed. There's no immediate signs of windows at all. Instead, there seems to just be a magical orb that is floating around the ceiling, which, in theory, controls this vessel. But the cloth interior seems to absorb all of the water that you guys are bringing in. This is a highly magical vehicle, it seems. The wizard, the warlock, and of course Runt has seen this before, all immediately are like, this is some high tech. This must be expensive to sell. But you guys can be taxied, kind of in brooding silence, to a castle, a palace.
So are we like sitting across from the other Maelstrom people?
They're kind of like sitting in this like weird alcove. It's kind of shaped like a U on 2 sides, and then there's like a middle ground where you guys can like step off. Much like a carriage. For some reason they call it a chariot. Maybe because it has like a combat aspect to it. But this is basically just like a really flashy magical limousine that has spikes on the outside. So your team is on like one side, they're on another, and they're kind of just like having some sort of telepathic conversation through like their eye movements and like facial expressions rather than like actually speaking.
Yeah, can I watch them as they do that? Because
Yeah, sure.
I have a vested interest in them.
Give an insight check to them then, Ron.
Okay. Insight 7. Nice.
Ron, you haven't interacted with these guys at all since you got like your deployment orders, where it's basically you just got thrown into Tolst and told good luck. Make sure that they're not shitters who want to kill us. But their expressions that they are clearly reading seem indecipherable to you. Except, of course, the prince, who is a brooding asshole. Who is just like, I'm not even engaging with these people, and they're stupid. I'm looking to the side. Looking to the other side.
Rod will think to himself, and he will chuckle despite the circumstances, as he thinks this is the second time in maybe the course of a week that I will meet a world leader.
Yeah. You guys go to the palace. It is around it there are permanent structures which have stood for several centuries, if not thousands of years. But the palace itself has been here in the city since the city had a name, probably. It is towering. It is huge. It is a pillar of authority, if you will. Supposedly, there's a throne inside. There are lights that are shining like, I suppose, like a lighthouse might into the darkness of this storm. It is almost strange how none of you immediately recognized it until you were in this upper portion of the city. This constant reminder that there is someone above you, looking down upon you. The battle chariot, or the arcane chariot, will pull in to a garage of sorts that is led down with water running into a sewer grate, or just a big grate channel, which, you know, does what it does, redirecting the water flow. In here, it is a dried sub-compartment, and as they step out and begin unloading the dead, the crossbow guy, who seems the most capable of conversation and most insightful, asks you, what do you intend to do with the body? Your friend. We've collected his goods. I assume you will want his money and his personal belongings, but we cremate our dead. We don't have room.
Yes. We are probably, and I say probably because I cannot speak for everyone at this moment, but I know that I would like to take him back to the place where he grew up.
Understood. We will have a manservant begin construction of a coffin. We will show you to your quarters as your stay begins here. I'm sure the prince will want to speak when he's done brooding and thinking for a million fucking years.
He does tend to do that, doesn't he?
It's one of his only characteristics, surprisingly enough. I suppose you should follow me as we... He gestures to the other members of his team, which are just taking off the torso of the beast. Beyond the garage a little bit, you can see some more of these arcane chariots, some without spikes, some with. But there is a door open, a archway, a little bit off in the distance, where there is a figure standing, kind of rubbing his hands together, as if he's waiting.
Oh, no.
He's got a big-ass hat on. You know who it is.
Oh, no. No. We've had enough for one day. God damn it.
John asked the team if we should end it here, or if we're okay going a little later, so that we can get out of Maelstrom, and we can fast forward a little bit.
I'd like to fast forward, especially if there's something we can do to potentially get, you know, our boy back in the game, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
You're good, John? Or Kushin? Okay, you're good on time. Then we will continue and just try to go as quick as we can, so we're not here another hour, or, you know. We cut to Runt introducing, or the wizard introducing himself to Runt. Runt, what's this guy's name? I don't have it pulled up on my sheet. I didn't expect you guys to come to the keep.
I didn't either.
I can look it up.
This was Mr. Brain Blast, yeah?
Yeah, this was brain blasting.
Okay. I remember his name was like an M something. He knew Draco's character. And he was like, "Oh, hello, you." Like he sounded like that. But I don't remember his name. Yeah, like kind of like Jerome, but like more high pitched.
Ooh, I'm going to Maelstrom, the court jester GF. I am
GF,
Geoff.
that's right. That's right.
I am Geoff. It is good to meet you all. Come in. This dude in his late 50s with a big-ass wizard hat on, truly identifying himself as a wizard to everyone, including our boy, the resident wizard himself, Meager, Gayoff, Geoff,
It was Geoff.
Geoff
We
looks
settled on
at
Geoff.
all of you, and he's like, "Oh yes, a fellow wizard has come to my court. Welcome."
Talking to you,
We
Meek.
just had someone die.
Yes.
I just
Anyway, come on in. Don't let such a sour thing spoil our appetites. We have desserts ready. Have any of you had ice cream before? Wow, what a
I
grim
have
bunch.
frozen ice. I had frozen cream. How's that?
Oh, yes. Well, we stole it from Ugarest in our most recent raid. You may know it by creamed ice. So please, come on in.
Run's going to kind of whisper to Meeker as they begin walking forward and say, "This guy's like Ozark, but way less powerful. More akin to personality."
Do I have to do what he says I do
No.
for Ozark?
Do what I
Okay.
say, not what he says.
Careful, you're
I
within
just
magic
played.
missile range, Mr. Runt.
Do what you believe to be best.
Oh. This
Oh, yeah,
wizard
hard.
Geoff will take you into a parlor of sorts, where he will give you guys very weird tasting sugary ice cream, which he admits that he stole or is benefiting from some raid on Ugarest, who are, as we all know, the dicks who hold all the patents to the real world equivalent names of all sorts of goods and services. So this is legitimate ice cream, not suable by Ugarest, because it was taken from them by force. Despite everything that is happening around, if you eat it, your mood will improve just a little bit.
Run down. He's had it before, and he will down it, all of it, whatever comes in front of him.
Your brain is blasting immediately with the the scar that you now have. Well, I guess the gaping wound you still have, which is kind of dripping with blood. The gauze having soaked up most of your facial wound, but not closing it in any meaningful way. You should really have a look at that, Geoff. Wait, no, I'm Geoff. Runt! That was your name. I'm sorry. I'm so self-centered.
I'm surprised you remembered.
Oh, I looked at your case file. Right before you
Fair
showed
enough.
up.
I wouldn't expect you to remember normally.
That's true. We fought Jerome together, though. That was sick.
We did do that.
He
We
gives
cut
like
off
a-
his arm even.
It's true. I still have it.
I kicked a crystal ball.
Yes.
It was a long time ago.
Do you want me to staple your face closed?
Do it in a way that won't knock me unconscious.
Oh. Nurse! He calls, and immediately, like, 3 nurses just show up. One has a staple gun. And it's like, we won't be needing that. Take Runt away. He needs to go to a hospital or something. I'm not sure. And Runt, these 3 maids / medical professionals, will offer to take you to the medical wing. I believe you've been there before after your brain got
I
blasted.
have. I have indeed been there before. So Runt will turn to the group and say, "I'll have my communicator if you need me. Guess I'm revisiting." Haha. He like audibly laughs. Haha. Reopening old wounds.
If anyone wishes to do 1 point of damage to Runt, that would be splendid.
No.
Called pun damage. He did it to himself.
Alright, Runt goes slap.
he
He just
laughs
goes
and he's like, ugh.
like a bag of potatoes. You fall into the arms of these muscular women who carry you to be
Nice.
stapled in the face. Leaving
Oh,
Kushin,
watch your shit, bud.
Meager, and Nav sit in front of a wizard who's applying them sugary sweets. So, shall we break the ice by introducing each other?
Sure, bring the ice first.
He summons a cube of ice. It is in the shape,
I mean, I should take
yeah, of a cube. It's a cube.
one damage for me too. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, perfect. Who are you people? Why are you friends with our spy we sent to Tulst a year ago?
Bye.
Were you not informed? It was pretty out in the open.
He's new.
Oh. I should have detected that.
Is that block of ice still there?
Sure. I mean, it's an illusion, but, you know.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought it
Yeah,
was
he's
actually
not
block of ice.
Ozark, guys. He can't actually summon shit. He's an illusionist. Unfortunately.
Well, this is my friend Meager.
Oh!
And this is my friend Nav.
It's good to meet you all. What was
What's
your
your
name
name,
again?
friend?
My name is Geoff. I am the wizard jester of the king. Of King. The king of Maelstrom. King Maelstrom.
Oh, good. I haven't met him yet, but I'm sure we'd be great friends.
No. He's not a good man to be around. He's actually quite an asshole.
I'm friends with assholes. Meager's supposed to be an asshole. He's
Oh,
pretty cool.
oh, you are? Maybe you two will get along. He needs a new flunky. He always needs more. Say, would you like to go and join a war?
No, thank you.
Oh, well done. You pacifists. Ah, not wanting to go put down the little guy. He just gives this ugly laugh to you all. Before getting back on topic. So you killed the beast, the beastie boy. Yes?
The Splitter,
Yes, we
I
did.
think he was called.
Yes, the halfling splitter, quite the terror. He showed up about 2 years ago. He's been on a murderous rampage, and I don't know, once every 3 months or so? You're quite lucky to have stopped him, because now I get to reward you all.
Oh, good. I'm glad we stopped him.
Are
He's
you
doing
happy?
bad things.
Oh, are you a hero of justice, Mr. Kushim?
No, I'm Kushim.
Oh. Well, this is awkward. I suppose I'll just go get that reward for you. And he does so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He busts
you.
out 2,500 GP in several small bags of 50 gold each. I wanted to get you a bullion or two, but this will have to do. Coinage straight from Ugarest and their horrible, wretched trade networks they have with the Hyperion Empire at your disposal.
Add it to the party sheet.
Uh,
Oh, thank you, friend.
is
No,
this your
thank you.
idea of a
You.
joke?
What? What do you mean?
You're a wizard. I'm just going to assume it's yes and move on.
I am a jester.
Yes,
Too.
thank you. Not the most pressing issue.
Then what is?
He's an asshole.
Understood.
You're an asshole.
True.
Your king's apparently an asshole.
Indubitably.
Anyway,
His voice is weird. Fuck off, John.
beds, please and thank you.
Understood.
Preferably non-murderous ones.
Understood. And with that, we can have a short rest, or should we move us up a week and have a long rest? Does anyone need one?
I think honestly, I don't think anyone needs a long rest.
Yeah, I don't think Meager
Except
casted
for-
any spells.
He casted
except
a
for
couple.
detect
I
bots.
detect or locate object.
A locate object
And detect bots.
So 2 short rests, and you'll have that back. If that.
Yeah.
Wait, wouldn't it be just one? Because he could just arcane recovery.
It's 2 2s. He's level 5, not level 4.
Oh, okay.
Or
No,
level
I
6.
only used locate object, right?
You used
I
detect
What about
thoughts.
detect
So
thoughts?
he used detect thoughts.
Ah, that's right.
As if we need to bully him further. Okay, a day will pass then, rather than a week. You guys have your money. Runt can have the benefits of a short rest. They will bind your wound rather than heal your hit points. So, deal with
Okay.
that.
I will roll that now then. After everyone else rolls.
Please do. Everyone can roll hit dice if they so choose. You get 1
I
back.
didn't lose any.
Well, aren't you cool?
Not that I didn't try.
Hey, John,
But
what
I was
about
just
me?
away.
I lost a lot of hit points.
Yeah, you sure did, huh? You can roll infinite hit dice if you want, but it won't change the fact that you're dead.
Is your backup character the random guy who got the X?
A peasant has joined your
be
party.
Level 1
Mine, just
peasant.
mine.
He's a level 1 peasant with 20 strength.
Good roll. A day goes by. You all recover and.
Wait, hold on.
What?
In this mess of bullshit, he literally got 5 1s in a row.
Wait, what? Who
Oh,
cares?
he did.
What?
Anyway.
What sort of beautiful mind moment did you just have there, Eric? Where you just saw through all the numbers and you're like, I made the connection.
Yeah, I was just scrolling and I was like, wait, that's a lot
Wow.
of ones back there.
He can look into the matrix.
Imagine if that was like
Imagine dragons.
Dragons.
a D20
Ah.
Got
in
'em.
actual turns.
You guys have a short rest. The prince would like to speak with you as you recover. Runt, I don't think is at full HP.
I rolled 4 out of the maximum 6 hit die I could have.
Okay.
And I am 3 away from max.
That's good enough. You guys show up in a small parlor, having been summoned by the prince, who will speak with you on his own, I suppose. Chances are there are invisible assassins in this room to, stop you from murdering the heir to the country, who will one day become king. And he greets you all in his brooding, serious, short-worded tone. Hello.
Runt will
friend.
do a general salute.
Why are you here?
We were passing through on our way. We intended to go to the city of blinding lights. We were
Why?
passing through here. There is someone whom we need to rescue. There is a rat man who we believe is a member of the infested, rat people who just are ruining everything. And our friend here, and he points to Meager, his mother was captured by that rat man. We need to go and save her.
I see. Was this all a coincidence?
Yes, us meeting here is completely unintentional and certainly by circumstance and happenstance.
Understood. You may leave.
You know anything about this rat person?
Rat person?
He goes by the name of Old Muskie. It's unlikely that he is relevant to you, sir.
His stern brow contorts surprisingly deeper in. Ask Geoff. He deals with that.
Thank you.
I'd rather not. Guys, let's leave.
Goodbye.
Thank you, sir. Goodbye.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Run. Cornelius. We must
Yes.
speak. You and I, alone. For 2 seconds.
Okay.
Wait, Cornelius?
That was the name he gave me. It's in my notes.
Oh, that's so adorable.
Run.
Alright. Bye, Runt. Have fun with your spy shit.
Bye, friend. Be careful.
I'll
Ron
just
will
walk
not
out with
say-
the other two.
Ron will not say anything as his friends say bye.
The doors close behind you, team, as Runt is left alone. You've split the party again. You've doomed Runt! No.
As the doors close, I'm gonna come over the communicator and be like, all right, be careful, Cornelius.
Cornelius. You've spent over a year in the Tyrant's Court. Is he an asshole?
Ron says, define asshole. In
Like
your
my
terms, sir.
father? Is he
Yes.
like my father? He wages wars. He puts his people at risk. He only cares for money and power.
Can I insight to try and see whether
Yes.
I want to insight.
You may insight, but be known, this is a very hard thing to truly delve into this creature's mind.
Okay.
But you
I
may do
know.
so.
18.
Is not a pass. You stare at this mask of a person who is either incredibly dumb or incredibly focused on some far-reaching goal that just his eyes are like looking past you as he asks again. So is he an asshole?
Ron will look the prince in the eyes, and he will say, he will wage war. He will risk his people's lives. But he is good at heart, and he will risk it only to benefit Tolst, not himself.
I see. It is good to see you alive still.
Thank you.
Don't die on your quest.
Ron will not say anything to that, knowing how close he came.
He inhales sharply. Kind of like super uncomfortably, like... Okay, you can go. Thank you. Be gone.
Ron will nod, give him a quick salute, and then leave.
Okay. You leave this strange prince of little words and of strange demeanor, I suppose.
I love him.
Who doesn't love the Prince of Maelstrom? Prince Maelstrom. You guys can leave, or is there any more investigating you guys want to do with access to, albeit limited, resources here in the Keep of Maelstrom? Runt may be a spy, but, you know, that does open at least a door.
Is there a direct line to the City of Blinding Lights that they have access to?
They have a way to get you out of the storm, or they can take you to an airship terminal, which is outside of the city, because they don't have one inside, because it would just, you know, cause problems with lightning and thunder. But they can take you there. There's a chance an airship is leaving, but it's like a 4-day walk or something. I think it's longer than that. It's like a week walk to the City of Blinding Lights. Yeah, it's like 200 miles.
Okay.
So
Can they drop us off at the airship port, and if there isn't an airship port out of the storm, we can walk from there?
I suppose.
Because we're already going to have to walk from Berlin, City of
Yeah,
Blinding Lights.
if we're already gonna have to walk, we might as well walk from the place that's even closer.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
What are we doing?
Why-
Are they taking care of Zero?
Are they sending it back
That's
body back?
you
Yeah.
should have
Run-
asked.
Yeah, Run will investigate to make sure that Zero's body is sent to Tolst, if he can get that arranged.
Okay. They can definitely arrange that. There are systems in place to ship bodies. He is not going to be the first foreigner to die in Maelstrom and have to be sent home.
Big surprise.
Yeah, big surprise. They can do that on their own and have it organized with the Port Authority, or just assign a task to one of their, lower-ranking shitter guards within the town or within the city. That's probably what they'll do if you guys don't want to do that yourselves. That being said, taking a ship from here to Maelstrom is going to be a journey of several days, if not over 2 weeks.
And there's a couple of things after that. First, Run's gonna go to Nav.
You go to Nav.
And he's
He
gonna-
is part of
going
your
to-
party.
Yeah, and he's going to say, "Don't call me Cornelius. That was my brother's name."
Noted.
If you want to call me my name, do it right. It's Xavier.
Very British. How about
Next.
Professor X?
Very
Yeah,
Uberestian of you.
Sure, whatever. After that, he wants to, in his own private quarters that they've been given, try to contact Shade.
He cannot get in here.
Okay.
The
Didn't think so, but I
magical
wanted to try.
interference is too much via the storm. One
Okay,
of the
then I will-
reasons why they have it.
Then I will wait until we're out of it.
Okay.
But I still want to try and do it once we're out. I basically want to contact him about, hey, we're sending Zero's body back to Tulst.
Mhm.
Is there anything you can do to send someone to the City of Blinding Lights? Then we can wait for them to arrive, if that's possible to arrange.
So why can't we just go straight to Sanctuary? Can they get us straight to Sanctuary?
No.
Okay.
Sanctuary is a vassal state of the City of Blinding Lights, despite the City of Blinding Lights having no actual government. It's a super weird situation, and Maelstrom, in loose alliance with the City of Blinding, or like non-aggression pact, has chosen not to take or do something about that for the sake of world peace.
Or they can't.
Not
they
even
can't
Maelstrom
transport
wants to
us
deal
or
with
boat or
30,000.
airship or.
Maelstrom has military craft. It is spring. This is when they go to war and when they do expeditions into Ugarestian territory, which the spoils help fund the city's, the citizenry, not the city's needs.
Gotcha.
That being said, they can get you out of the storm with one of their arcane chariots. They can just put you on a transport. It can be self-programmed or, controlled remotely by a wizard. And then from there, you can hop out of the borderland and, hoof it to a village and maybe buy horses, ?
Okay.
Yeah.
In the village where we find a surprisingly adept person ready to join our team.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I
maybe.
kind of wanted to contact Shade and see if he can get one of those reservists
We
sent
can
to the
fast
City of
forward.
Blinding Lights.
Any last Maelstrom things before we leave forever?
Could I ask
do-
the other two why we aren't talk about Nav having the helmet?
Let's talk about
Sure,
that when we
yeah.
get back to Tulst. Honestly, in my opinion,
Okay.
most of the time when we have something we don't understand and it's magical in nature, we usually wait until one of our big boy magical guys, like Ozark or the Tyrant, is able to look at it, maybe take some time to actually figure out what it is, maybe have Arvo look at it, and then once they know what it is and what it can do, or mainly what it can do to us, like with the flower crown, then we figure out what it is.
Besides that, yeah. Sorry, go on, Nav. I interrupted you before.
No, we were thinking on the same wavelength.
Oh.
I was gonna say I would, I guess that night, before going to sleep, I would just sit with it in my lap and stare at it and see if it says anything or communicates more. But I was gonna say, we don't have to do that right now if it's gonna take if that situation's gonna be a while.
It wants to attune to you. Not you attune to it. It wants you to put it on. Every time you touch the face mask, you will feel your own heartbeat within your hands, as though it is syncing with you, ready for you to open up the visor and put it on. You are the only person left that it knows who can wear it. And it wants you to challenge the first seal, whether you know what that is or not. Nav, give me a Arcana check, or an Insight check, or something, and I will give you more information.
Balls.
Clearly, it was dormant when Zero was alive. There was a dispute between you two that was not finished and was interrupted. It was still active in that time of dormancy. And it watched through the bond you both had made the thing kill it, or kill your rival, your competition. And it watched Zero get down like a chump. You killed the thing. It was not Kushim who shot it in the back as it fled, which killed it. It was you. And it really liked what it saw.
Alright.
In the keep.
11 through 20, I put it on right now. 1 through 10, it waits a little bit.
Prepare the dabs in chat. Oh.
Oh, bitch.
3 people were like, no! Silently. While Meager cheered.
No,
I'm so happy he didn't put it on.
Wait, Meager, what's your what's your wizard bullshit? Can you change that real quick? It's a D20, right?
no.
It's before you roll, John.
I know.
Can you make it lower,
roll.
actually? Can you make it lower with one of the portents you have?
Portents,
I only have a
thank you.
7 and a 19.
Oh,
I have
it's
a
a
7 and a
7,
19.
okay.
Oh man.
Okay. I
Yeah,
thought it was
even
like
if I use a 7, even if I use a 7 for the monster attack, it would still hit every single one of you.
Yeah, he had a
That's a
plus
plus
10.
I know.
Nav, you hesitate. What are you afraid of?
It's not necessarily fear per se, because this is everything was fine, right? Like, he was just out there, like, living his best life, and, like, he got into fights, and he wasn't particularly good at the fights, which was starting to bother him a little bit, right? But everything was fine. Until this bullshit. And then everything that was bothering him got 10 times worse when Zero absolutely stomped him. And he's still processing that whole situation. And that's what's causing his hesitancy.
Is it guilt? Do you think Zero should be wearing this right now?
No, it's not guilt. So much as, I guess it's more like weariness, not like cautiousness. That type of wary. Yeah.
You stare at it then. as night slowly becomes morning. Eventually, you will fall asleep, and your carriage, your magical chariot, awaits you all, which will take you to an airship or outside of the city, or where are you guys going?
If an airship is available to the City of Lights, we will take it. If there isn't, then we will look for some other form of transportation.
There is no transport to the City of Blinding Lights.
We just walking then.
Yes, we're walking.
All right. You guys will start 30 miles outside of Maelstrom's borders. So you will get right about there to that designating line. John will take a look at the map. All right, it's a 220-mile walk, I suppose, on land. So.
Oh fuck! Our
can
cook is dead.
Your cook is dead.
Oh shoot!
Divided by 25. So it is a 9-day walk. Hopefully you can find transport in that time. But we're going to call it here for tonight, as you guys set out on your next leg of the journey, where we will deal with Shade immediately next time, because I know Ron wanted to talk to him, but you know, Shade may be obligated to question you further, and we may want to roleplay that out. We have a lot of things in motion. We have
maybe Meeker has some questions on that party member that he just met.
Yeah. Zero's body
because he probably
has
did
been
take the
taken.
probably took the fishing rod and bait from Zero's body.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
We put everything. I think we took everything from that he had, and it's on the party sheet. So now we collectively own it.
Okay.
And it's not really. It's like basically undebated as to who has it.
Is anyone
but-
taking his +1/+1 longsword?
That's what I was gonna say. I think he should be buried with Tothraka, or whatever the sword is called.
Yeah, if you were to propose that to the group, I would agree. He was given it to it by the tyrant. It's literally his sword as a gift. When we all started out, we got a gift from the tyrant before he went to Destry, and so Runt would not be against having his gift from the tyrant be returned to him.
Okay. I will put that in my notes and give it to Revik on Saturday, so that he may also have a moment of grief with news that Zero has died in the time lock. One of his few friends.
Well, not anymore, because he's burying ties.
True.
Fuck you, Revan.
Now he's literally
easier.
burying them.
Guys,
been in the time he was in Tolst, like just chilling.
on that note, we're going to call it here. Thank you all so much for joining me. This Friday, so tomorrow, Tamer and Shadow from the raid team, as well as one of our server friends named Mr. Underground, are going to be fighting for their lives against Greg Hansen. So please check that out. Or check the VOD if you're a VOD watcher. I'm not one to judge. Other than that, after that we have Saturday team. They are going to begin operating within Destry's southern realms, with Brood sort of helping lead that expedition as a one of the more familiar faces within that region. Then Sunday, man, we got a busy fucking weekend in front of me, I guess. We're going to be testing mass combat out, this mass combat system I've made. We're going to go through the PDF that I created, as well as roll to see how well the stats and the stat squishing does. Next week, we'll probably try many forms of combat variations with those things and test out the system to see if it's fun or if it works in a narrative sense. If it doesn't meet any of those objectives, then we'll probably do away with it entirely, and I'll bury it until we try out airships. Airship combat. I want to develop that a little more for when the God War really picks up and you guys are fucking commanding an air fleet, an armada.
Oh god.
When we're dying from an air fleet.
Yeah. Of course, there is the Monday team as well, the raid team. They will be I don't know what they plan to do, actually.
Aren't
oh,
they building an estate?
Well, that's like a side project. Who cares? I think they're going to try to save CK, who has 6 weeks to live. If he does not complete his goal in finding Grimir of the Grave, he is going to die. He knows this. I've stated it out loud right now.
Wait.
Good luck, CK.
Didn't he just die as Miros?
See you later, Leishton. Guys, peace out.
Or I think it's not.
As always, don't die.